So we jump right in. There we go. Okay.
Whee!
So last time we left our heroes on Phandar Bridge. We experienced a bit of a time loop, Omega 13 type of situation, where we figured out what the token or the amulet from Auburn can do. Uh, Mistakes may have been made. Consequences were definitely incurred, and we pressed a button and were able to basically go back in time a little bit and fix it. We have now defeated the hobgoblin and her dog on the bridge, and now it is just a matter of getting the cart, the people, the survivors across the bridge and into the forest some 300 yards away uh, to safety and blowing the bridge. If I recall correctly, Brad had expertly put the device together and has placed it about here, and he has only to put the last piece in and roll the
And activate it.
dice. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think you did roll that dice, and you got a bad roll.
Yeah, but that was that wa that roll. I think was in the first time loop.
I was in the time loop. Okay, very good. All right. Good, 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 good. All right. So we will pick it up there. The bomb has been placed expertly, but the timer has not been set just yet. There's like one piece to put in there that will basically make it active and then give you 3 to 5 rounds to clear before it blows up. Now, all that being said, one last thing to add a little fuel to the fire. There is a clock set. Um, you hear gathering noises that can only be troops that are being ordered and organized that are coming this way. It's getting uh, louder each round. You don't know how many rounds you're going to have, but they're coming. And for sure, hell is coming with them.
Do you know which way they're coming? Like from the town or
Yes, from the town.
into the town? Okay.
We need to get everybody in the cart straight away and push it across the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I pick up the scimitar and the crossbow from the dead goblins?
Yeah, you have time to do that.
Okay. Is anyone here proficient in scimitar or swords in general?
Sorry, just give me
Uh,
1 second.
let's see here. Take a peek. It says
Is it
proficiency.
crossbow general?
See here. Proficiency, sarcasm, and snappy comebacks. Nope, sorry.
No sword for you.
I've got a plus
Sorry, where
2
do you
in
find
sarcasm and
proficiency?
jackassery.
I would believe it.
No, that modifier is a lot higher.
Actually, I'll pull up my stuff. I have to pull up my source material and look 'cause I don't know. I'm like 99% sure I'm not proficient with anything. I'm a wizard, for God's sake.
I'm
Fucking like
trying to
paper and
Yeah, I don't think
paper
I
and
am.
paper and rocks is about all I get. Look, I might be though. Just for
I'd
the
say
sake of
hold
it
on
all.
to it for now, and there'll be a time to kind of sort through all the loot here soon. Maybe not soon as in today, soon, but soon in the adventure.
Is a sword a simple weapon?
It's martial.
Marshall.
Well,
Oh,
the scimitar is martial.
no. I'm literally proficient with simple weapons in my hands, and that's it.
Well, while we figure this out, Destiny will start to grab the cart and give it a little push with his little cat
Is there
paws.
ways that we can, well, so then, is the cart, can it be attached to Stabby? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah, the horses
It
aren't
had that
there.
ability.
We're just using these as a it's the quickest thing I could find. So there are no horses.
Yeah,
I
but Stabby can be connected to pull it.
there's nothing there's nothing there. There's no hardware there to do that.
Okay,
So you'd
no
have
worries.
to
Then
rig
just
something
do push.
if you wanted
Yeah.
Stabby to pull. You could pull. Is anybody going to help aid Caboose in pulling one of the carts across? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna go
full
ahead
of
and
people and supplies, and it's very heavy.
That's
Yeah.
basically what we've been doing up until now, pushing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I kind of
Yeah.
hand waved it. I did a lot of hand waving just to get it to this point, but now we're gonna address the weight of it.
Yeah. I wish to help. I want to help by going over to them and then climbing up inside one of the carts and then telling them to go, 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 go.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right.
I roll like a strength. Or
Yes,
something?
sir. Strength and who is assisting?
Can
I am
can I
Stabby.
would you say that
Not-
my taking root where I shoot some roots into the ground and they come up and wrap around the target, because could I use that as like a pulley thing to start pulling it forward and assist?
I don't think so. If you want to post that skill up so I can take a look at it, I'd like the creativity of it, but I just don't think that's the scope of what this is meant for. Let's see here.
Can I use my words to aid?
I
Mhm.
don't
Use the
think I
mind
roll
save.
better than that.
I have
Well,
diplomacy, intimidation, and deception. I can any way you want. I'm like, it's all right, Mr. Kitty Man. Across the bridge, there's wonderful things like mice and yarn and all kinds of great stuff. Just push harder.
Yeah, Ben, this looks like the feel of it is more to keep things in place rather than moving them.
A feather or fly spell would be really good for one of the cards.
Hmm.
that strong wizard.
Do we have something like that?
Too bad. You see, no. At least I don't.
Okay. And Boost, what's your move speed?
30.
Okay. With a 21 and with somebody said they were helping you, you're able to get it
Hi.
half that speed, half that distance from here.
Yay.
25, sorry. My bad.
Okay.
I'll
So,
also spend my turn pushing it as well, if that's possible.
here.
Well, we got two of them to move, so
My
I
my
took
weak
them.
spindly arms, I don't think are gonna be able to help.
this other one, here, here, y'all can go ahead and move this one as far as half the distance, half your moving speed boost. This one, Ben, when you go over, it looks like it's caught in some other roots or in a wet spot, and it's stuck. 5 is not able. You're not able to budge it.
So, yeah, about here.
This is unfortunate.
Do-do-do. What's Rami doing at this time?
There. Y'all should be able to move the carts
Me.
now.
Okay. I was just waiting for the okay to set the final part of the bomb in motion. I think if I help you guys, I'll delay the timing of it all, and then they might get across the bridge before I get back to the
Mm. I think that's
the
a
bomb.
reasonable concern, but you look at how you've got this thing positioned, it's as good as it's going to get. It does not need anything else from you until it's ready to set the timer in place. So you could go help uh, for measurement purposes. This bridge is only you know what is the measurement across? I mean, this is not to scale. This is just for this scene, but it's about 50 feet across. So that might take a couple of turns, but you could get there, come back, set it, and then still run back across before it goes off. 'Cause if you double moved, you're already one round would get you almost all the way across the bridge.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll come down there to give him a hand.
All right. So 8. So this one, you're helping this one, um, or this one. Which one are you aiding?
The second one, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Still stuck in the mud, but y'all make a little bit of progress, but it's not represented on the map.
Destiny says he has an idea to push this one a little faster.
Mhm.
Hey, is there like a little sitting or a little kind of ledge on the back of it? Like on this side where someone would put their like foot normally?
Well, it's not a horse. It's not a carriage that a horse would draw on. One of these is straight up like a cart to hold. It's like an oversized wheelbarrow basically, but with four wheels. Um, it wasn't designed for people.
Yeah,
It was
that's
designed for like rocks and crafting supplies that he goes and finds in the forest. The other one was, I think it originally was a wheelbarrow, but we've kind of we've hand waved it a little bit because we had a need for it to hold a bunch of things. So I'm going to say, for the most part, it's two of these things that um, are bulky, and you're using them for other than the intended purpose by design. So it's not going to be an easy thing to get across. I would say that there is a solution that you might all be overlooking that would maybe make things go faster and easier.
are you talking about the
Can
whole
I
this
go
one?
over to the crane and start breaking the locks on it?
Hmm.
Oh,
Can I pick
I was
the lock on the crane?
You could.
I was
Yes.
hoping I was hoping that the answer was cut our losses and leave them.
What are you? What are you thinking you to use the crane to do?
To pick them up and move them at least a decent part onto the bridge, especially this one that's quote unquote stuck in the mud.
Ah, okay.
How question, how tall is the crane? Like if it were to be toppled over, would it like fall across like this area, like leading to the front part of the bridge?
Oh, how tall is
I
it?
see that's going.
Oh no, it's let's put it for flavor very much just like a bulldozer. So it's probably the person that sits in it probably sits 5 feet up in the air. So the top
Ah,
might
okay.
be 8 feet tall.
Can it swivel 360 degrees?
I'm going to say yes. And looking at these measurements, that's about 25 feet from the middle of it. Can y'all see my measurement? To the rock out there
Yeah.
on the drawing, and then 25 feet from it down to the cart. So I'm going to allow this. Now, working it, you've never seen controls like this before. So I'm going to hand wave the lock because you guys actually have the key to this thing. And I'm going to assume that your players would have figured that out. Um, but let's think about what we're going to roll to make this do what we want it to do. How about what makes sense here?
I could cast a spell.
Investigation.
I can cast a spell, and I can pull out a book from my pocket library about cranes and called Cranes for Dummies or something, and I can read
Okay.
to learn how to use crane.
Okay. How would that work? Is this something that your character can do, like some kind of
Yeah.
library that you have access, magical library you have access to?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, it's a spell, the first level spell called Pocket Library. Essentially, I have an extra dimensional space that is full of books of all kinds of various different topics. I'm playing it as I'm pulling from my own personal library that I have at my own home, which is very extensive, and there's all kinds of stuff in it. And I just can summon it, and I threw it up in the chat, and I can basically I can pull some information, and it gives me a +1 or something. It gives me a circumstance bonus on my recall knowledge checks and certain other things.
Okay. I like that. Recall knowledge.
Me too.
Yeah, I was thinking society, and I think Ben said
Oh, I
perception.
can do society all day.
Because there's not a skill for recall knowledge, so we have to narrow it down.
I can do society. I got +7 to society. Ooh, never mind.
Yeah. So let's roll society, and I'm going to give you a +2 circumstance bonus because I like the idea. And
16.
Everybody give yourself a hero point to start with, and great ideas, extra hero points for both Ben and Arcane. Okay.
And definitely try just to move the cart a little farther faster.
That was you spent your
3
turn trying to move it a minute ago.
Oh,
Brad came and helped. This is all the same turn. Okay,
okay.
so with a 16, turns out it's a pretty simple machine. Anybody could do it. So after realizing that it handles like a spaceship where down is up is down, left is still left,
Oh,
right is
yes.
still right, you have a handle on it, and you're able to move it carefully up and around the bridge without hitting it or damaging it. And you now see the button that you would press, it seems, to lower the hook or the winch to drop down onto the cart. Do you press the button?
Is it a free release? You don't want to drop it straight through the machine.
Freaking Brad with all of his crane knowledge over here. And I'm just yep, they sure have hooks on them.
That's
I
exactly
worked
what
in
it
the
was.
mining
Very good,
industry
Brad.
with
Very
the
good.
Yeah. All
So,
that secret hidden knowledge. I'm just I remember cranes. Yeah, you
yep,
do things.
yep.
because free release is pretty dangerous.
It really would be.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. All right, so there's
Yeah. So
a clutch basically involved. You push the clutch in, then push the button, and you can control the hook's descent safely. And wouldn't you know it, this cart that we have made pretty flexible to our needs has something you could pretty easily hook to. Now, tell me what you do next. How talk me through the process.
fling it over the river.
Just throw it.
Well, so I think that's a good idea, using it just to try to hurry the process to pick up the things because they're heavy, get them across or at least over as much of the bridge as we can. My idea is if we can swing the hook to where the arm is level with this part of the bridge. As soon as we get everybody across, we can swing the arm. I don't know if it would be level with the ground or not, but maybe we could train it down to where it's at least somewhat. And then it looks like it's made out of wood, so we can just light it on fire and use it as a makeshift flaming barricade and try to stop people from following us. It won't last forever, but it'll give us a little bit of time, or at least hopefully enough to where we can blow this bridge and escape.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Everybody knows goblins are afraid of fire. It's I don't even need to open my pocket library for that one.
It will also slow them down rebuilding the bridge if ever they want to do that to attack.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Does anyone have a lighter? I don't have any
Yes.
torches or anything to make fire. So
Eden will reach into his chest cavity and pull out a
ugh,
burning ember.
what the
Destiny will
fuck?
just hold up his hand in a little flame.
Whoa! You can just pull fire out of your body whenever you want.
I have ignition. What is a
Oh,
fire cantrip? Yes.
yeah.
Destiny will
Okay, yeah,
just
that makes sense. I
fire
forgot you're a
hand.
maggot. I was like, holy shit, what kind of race? You're just a fire plant person? That's crazy. Okay,
No,
cool.
that sounds
I've
very
used bombs
dangerous.
before, and they have a
I'm saying, like,
they have a lighter fuse on them, so I presume I've got to wait slightly.
yeah, tinder twigs, which are like matches, I think. While you're like looking, and I'm like, damn, I'm an idiot. I took like all clothes related spells. I'm like, what a fool! I didn't take anything with fire. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I mean, let's say we do that. Like, I mean, Sebastian's like not really helping all that much, but the second it becomes imminent and obvious that like bad things are about to happen, and you know, like he would jump into action, like try to help somebody do something. I don't know what that would be. My original kind of idea was like, so everybody doesn't get mad at me for just like freeloading. I'm proficient in medicine, so like my initial kind of idea was to be in the wagon with all the injured people and seeing if anybody needed any you know, like triage or whatever, so I can try to help them, at least to help them and make sure they're comfortable to survive the journey to wherever the hell it is that we're going, so they don't die immediately.
Okay. Well, let's
Nice.
do one thing at a time. Let's go back to Ben. Ben, your swivel the hook is in place. It's down in the cart. Um, the people inside kind of help you. You know, give you like a thumbs up. They've attached to something inside, but you can tell that they're looking at you very like hesitantly, and there's definitely some concern on their face. Um, walk me through what your next steps are now that the crane is attached.
I think Eden's not very good at comforting people. He's mildly socially awkward. Yeah, you're just gonna be like, get down. We're gonna make sure you're flat to the deck. We're gonna move this onto the bridge. It's gonna make things a bit easier. Okay.
So I think the the person I'm gonna pick an NPC to represent this person. It's gonna be Vane. He stands up and he's kind of scratching his head and he's like, flat on the ground. I'm getting out of this cart, and he climbs out and like a couple kids follow him.
He can climb. He's shanked in the ribs.
Oh, you're right. He climbs. He asks for assistance. So two adults get out with him, help him down, and then two kids jump out as well. Yeah, but one of them is like, "Oh, I want to go for the ride." But uh, four people
They're right.
have they're like, "No, we'll, you know what? We'll walk, or we'll get in the other cart."
Yeah, I'm
They're willing
also
to
getting
walk.
down. I'm like, you're taking this thing in the air? No, I'm getting the fuck down immediately. Nope, not doing that.
I mean, that lightens the load massively.
Hmm.
Um, but we
Yeah,
will still need the cart because they're injured and they need
Right,
Yeah,
something to like rest on.
right.
We can't
So
have old, nearly dead here dying.
basically, four people come from this one and they hop into this one, making it a little bit more heavier, making this one a little bit more lighter.
I'll
feel
get
like
back on
we're just gonna do the same one to that one too. It's like we just did double work.
Oh, they didn't know that. they were they were down in the cart a minute ago. It's like, okay, so let's you know how to work it. Let me do let's do another roll to see that you're able to do all the logistics of, you know, basically swirling this thing from here to approximately here, about halfway across the bridge. Give me an give me I'm gonna say a dexterity throw. How well you work the levers using some eye-hand coordination. Ben.
Pull the lever, Eden.
Just straight decks.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
That is a 14.
Okay.
You don't got this.
14's quite high. Okay. It's
It is
greatly above
I mean-
average.
let's call it dramatic. It's a dramatic success. If those 4 people
Ooh.
hadn't gotten out and switched cabinets, it might have been a disaster. So something goes a little sideways. It clips part of the bridge that you couldn't quite see because you didn't have great line of sight to it. And it's like, oh shoot! But thankfully, nobody falls out. The cart itself is okay. It was a close call, but it is there now.
And
Is
I'll
this
move
bridge
that
arced
one.
or is it a straight bridge? Like
Hmm.
now that we're like at the midway point, is it going to be like downhill or is it just flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Like-
Say
very
so.
that's a very good question. Um, I've always pictured it as a bit of an arc, but not a very steep one. So I would say the
I mean,
pitch of it
any
would be
degree of
like
angle.
a very low pitch, like 4/12 pitch.
I mean, it's enough.
So
Enough
Oh, yeah, I
for
mean,
my
yeah.
things would roll a little, but not like crazy, you know, not crazy.
Enough to give us like a +1.
And it's paved cobblestone, so it's not very smooth. So there's still some built-in resistance. Um, I think as long as you're kind of keeping an eye on it and have some hands on it, you should be okay to guide it down without it getting away from you.
And then we'll move over the next cart into
Oh.
the center, and then I'll
So
start positioning the
Vane
crane to.
starts objecting to that because he's already in pain. He's already moved from one cart to the other, thinking that y'all were just gonna do that with the one cart. He's like, "God's bless it, just have some folks out of this one help y'all push for in the name of all the gods."
I immediately tell him to shut up and be quiet, or we're gonna leave him here.
Don't
What?
worry. This to the professionals.
Don't worry,
I have this.
professionals. You saw he almost wrecked it right into the side of the bridge.
I'm gonna push a cart. We're not gonna make it fly.
Okay, thank you.
If it's that much of a problem, you can always get out and just sit on the ground and wait for those wonderful gentlemen from town to come over and pick you up. I'm sure they'll be very gentle with you.
Can we sit with you, Sebastian?
No, I don't think so. No.
I never. He huffs
I'm-
and scoffs.
I'm like standing there, like, and I'm just like shrugging, and I'm like looking for something to do. I'm like, I'm busy. I'm keeping watch. I don't have time for babysitting.
He looks at you flabbergasted as he's holding bandages to a pretty fresh wound in his gut. Like he doesn't like you. He is
That's fine.
Vane has like pretty much made up his mind already on this character.
Fine.
Not friendly.
Take a number, honey.
Same opinion he had for the
For
previous
Hunter,
character.
but for
You
different
don't need
reasons.
to.
Yeah.
They were both
Take a
justified.
number. Take a number, doll face. Get in line.
But he sits down and shuts up.
Won't be the last.
So
Good.
I need a main one person to roll the strength check to move the cart, and then I need to know who all is assisting.
Which cart are we on?
Who are we pushing?
Yeah, y'all tell me. There's 2
Okay.
carts that still need to get across the bridge.
I mean,
Destiny will
as-
be standing right behind that one and starting to light his hands on fire.
oh
It's
well,
gonna
I don't like
laugh.
that. And as shitty as I was to him, he did have a good idea. I feel like we should make the able-bodied people get out and help us fucking push the carts across the thing. Like all hands on deck.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a good natural-born leader, I'm going to steal his idea and use it as my own.
Oh, that's awesome. So you say that to the patrons of let's just call this cart number 2 here.
I'll hear that and say the same to cart number 1.
Okay, great.
Somebody's got to
So,
help me.
4 able-bodied men jump out and assist with the pushing, effectively giving this a +2 bonus.
I mean, the kids are there as well. Might as
Yep.
well get them
All
to
able-bodied kids. Yeah, kids too. Everybody.
Yeah, but
Men,
I've
there's
seen
women,
them in the
only
kids.
line.
but there's only so many places you can put your hands to push. You know what I mean? Like, sure, 12 people could help, but at some point, most of them are not really going to be helping.
Well, you still have the front and pulling. You have
Run.
pushing and pulling.
I mean, my original plan is like everyone else who's not helping, and if you're able-bodied and you can walk, get on the other side of the bridge immediately. Go.
Right.
Get out of the wagons, make them lighter, and just go to the other side and just start. Don't even like wait for us. Like get to the woods. Like go now,
Whoa,
go.
whoa, is that
How
what you
far are
say?
you in the woods?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure like this process is taking like a while, and like I get frustrated, and then I'm like, I look and I can see there's like able-bodied people. I'm like, no, get out of the wagons, go, run for the
Right.
forest. Just wait
Right.
for us there. Go hide.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Jet jumps out and she's like, "Okay, got it." And she like in a more um PC manner gathers the kids like, "Okay, let's go, children. Come on, come with me." And she's like, "We'll wait for you just inside, off the road, and yeah, blah blah blah." So they go tearing off. Um, so this cart, Brad, I'm gonna
Back when
put
I
you in
was there,
charge
I
of this
also
one. Brad, give me a strength check, and then Boost, you're in charge of this one. Give me a strength check.
Uh, Destiny will. Is Destiny like up to about half the cart? Is 5.5 feet? Or how
Yes,
big is the cart?
yes. I think you could stand shoulder to edge of it. Oh, yeah, that sounds
Destiny
fine.
will put his back against it
Okay,
and put his hand in front of him so he's facing that way.
okay.
So he's going to propel himself 40 feet
Oh,
so the cart will zoom that way.
okay. This is some sort of spell. You're shooting fire out of your hands like a
Oh, yeah.
propulsion kind of thing.
With burning jet.
Excellent. Okay. Let's give me a dexterity save to determine if we can handle this. It's not really built for it doesn't handle very well. So let's make sure that this speed doesn't get it all sideways and running into the wall and, you know, off the bridge, for example. And then,
Would I just click dex or which?
I'm sorry.
Would it just like click the dex
Yeah,
modifier and
we
all
could
that?
call it a
Or
saving throw if that's better. I think
okay.
that's probably better for you, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say a few supplies bounce off and over into the river. Um, let's say 3. Mark off 3 provisions from your totals. Uh, but other than that, everybody's fine. The kids that are in there are like losing their minds, like in a good way. It's a roller coaster for them. They're having their best day ever. The adults are, everybody's screaming, right? The kids are screaming for a very different reason than the adults are screaming. But you make it. Both carts have cleared the bridge. Matter of fact, I'll put y'all a little bit over here because at that
and
point I'm
then
going to hand wave the rest of moving the carts.
are
Okay,
we
once the
doing
cards are
the
finished with, I need to go back ready to do what I need to do.
Gotcha.
And I'll be yelling at everybody, get across the bridge now.
Right. At that point,
do we
Brad, when you're coming
with the
back up the bridge, you see uh, several groups, platoons of the invaders rounding the building at the inn. They are very close. You estimate that you have time,
Okay,
but it's going to be close.
Yeah, as I'm yelling, how many people are coming across? When's the last one coming?
Right. So far I see a bunch of dead people. Let's see. Arcane's still on this side, and Ben. Eden is still on this side.
Oh, are we doing the crane and laying it down and setting it on fire, or are we just fucking it and blowing the bridge?
Burning the crane would be a good idea because that's how they rebuild it.
Well, can I take a courtesy glance behind us to see if there's anybody like in danger of like running up on us in the near immediate future?
They're
Well, they're just surrounding the building.
yeah, they're back at
Very.
the inn, so they're getting close.
We got time.
It's kind of hard to predict because, I don't have an exact distance, and once they see you, the shouting, they're shouting, and then they're going to start double timing it because they know where you are.
Right. Question. This is just
Brad.
hypothetical.
Okay, sorry. Let me kind of help and provide a
Go
little
ahead.
bit of. I like where you're going. I like the idea. Brad, give me a knowledge. Give me a knowledge insight roll. Let's see. History. Yeah, that's what I want.
I thought that'd be on the list, but it's not on the list.
Oh, it sure isn't.
That's what diplomacy.
I keep using adjectives that are not on the darn list. I'm sorry. Um,
It's tempting, I know.
Nature,
crafting.
survival.
Crafting, yeah. I think first edition had better skills, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And we can always, what I
You
like
want
about Pathfinder is we can fix it. You have the option to add them.
Add your own. Yeah.
That's right. And you relate them to whichever stat makes sense and we go from there. So, okay, 11. You know that in the history of you making these bombs, that when this baby goes, there's a very good chance that it's going to take the crane with it. So while it's a good
I just
idea,
yelled at everybody, don't worry about the crane,
yeah,
just get across this bridge now.
that's right. It's a little, yeah.
I'm setting this bomb and I'll bend over as if I'm about to do it. I won't actually do it, but I'll scare everybody into thinking that
Halfway
I'm
across.
There you go.
setting it
Halfway
right
across
now.
the bridge. Say the
I
word
haven't.
bomb. I'm already across the bridge. I'm already running.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the fastest these leather loafers ever moved in their entire life. I am just gone.
All right, Brad.
I mean, yeah, do it.
Do it.
1D what?
Oh, I don't remember. What did we say last week? It
Isn't
is
it a 1D8?
no. It was a skill check, a crafting check, DC 18 crafting check.
18 crafting check.
And you get bonuses of a +2 because you circumstance because you've had the information from Vane and the blacksmith. Okay, well that'll work. All right. Um,
Yep, that's pretty good.
yeah, this bomb is your baby. You tell me how many rounds you want it to go off.
We originally wanted 5. Where's everybody? Are they past me yet, or are they
Yes,
still?
everybody is clear the bridge. It's just you.
Okay. Well, I'll set it for 3, and I'll hightail it out the way and tell everybody to run.
Okay, and everybody does.
Yep.
Very
And with
good.
3 rounds, I should be able to move a fair distance before it goes off.
Oh yeah. So you only have to make it to the, over here where you have before the map changes and we go to a little bit of story here.
A broken.
Does the horse make it?
Horace
Well,
Horace did not make it. Horace had other
No,
things
Stabby. Stabby was
that he had to do.
We'll
it's just
find
I
out on
can't
Wednesday. Find out
I
on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen.
can't next time.
All right. The
or
north
stabby.
shore of the bridge is clear of trees, boulders, and other obstructions until the tree line of Fangwood Forest, some 300 feet from the river, leaving anyone crossing the area easily spotted or targeted by pursuing hobgoblins. A dirt road, the Tamarind Highway, winds to the east and west for, oh, I thought I said miles, but that route leaves you terribly exposed. Um, and visible for a long time for anybody that wants to run to the nearest crossing and find you. So you forge ahead straight into the Fangwood Forest.
Yeah, apparently our friends are supposed to be there. Or they're coming.
Oh,
Ranges of whatever
they're
this
with
forest
you.
is called.
All the NPCs that you have saved are with you as you go across.
No, wasn't there some people who lived in the forest or an army or
Oh,
something
yeah.
that we both
Auburn says
met?
that in her days as a Chernasardo ranger that she knew where some people were that could possibly help. Okay. So
Yeah.
you've collected some loot on your way out, and you have a chance to look back to catch a final glimpse of Phandar before you flee into the Fangwood. A ceiling of smoke hangs over the city, reflecting the orange glow from burning houses. Ash drifts in the air like falling snow. The screams of townfolk have died away, leaving an eerie silence broken now and then by the howling of wolves or the harsh tones of the goblin tongue. Bodies lie in the street, sprawled in pools of blood where they fell. It seems everyone else in town may be imprisoned or dead, except for the hobgoblin invaders. Phandar has fallen.
And the bridge is destroyed.
And the bridge explodes. That's exactly right. A complete, total destruction and a glorious explosion. The practical effects team spared no expense, and the visual is absolutely amazing.
I make sure not to look at the explosion because cool people don't look at
That's
explosions.
right. You are all walking
Exactly.
away with it exploding behind you. Obs.
Not this happens all the time.
This happens all the time. Okay. See this town again. See it well. Maybe for the last time. Take one last look. Phandar has persisted in some form or another for 3 centuries. Smell the fires, hot air that carries the occasional scream, grunt, or howl of a foul beast that now inhabit the once peaceful streets now caked with mud and drying blood. See the folks of Phandar. An interesting bunch, to be sure. Stubborn? You tell me. They are farmers, generation after generation. Hardy? They watch as hailstorms pummel and destroy their crops. Insect plagues and sickness take their crops and their falcon, and they but roll up their sleeves and begin again, again, and again. But this invasion has taken something else from them. The Reap Time celebration was like Christmas and Valentine's Day, a mixture of new beginnings and blessings for a new year, typically culminating in excuse me, in a uptick in their population approximately 9 months after. For it is more than just the planting of crops that take place this time of year. The very soul of Phandar has been damaged and dragged upon the butcher's block. The loss is wide and deep. Families are split apart, some missing, some dead. Other families have been cut clean from the tree. There will be many a many that need help and guidance. They will be looking for leadership beyond the city council, but be warned, they will also be looking for someone or something to blame. Mind your P's and Q's and screw your diplomacy skill to the sticking point. Nearly half the town's population is put to death in the original invasion. But those who remain are retained as slaves to help build Phandar into a fortress. A small collection of houses are fenced off for use as slave barracks, but for the first week, slaves are simply kept chained to one another under heavy guard and sleep beneath canvas tarps. And having said all of that, I need to say this. The party has leveled up. Do, do,
Hey,
do, 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 do. The
do these
followers
You
sheep
get a shit ton
level
of
up
feet.
are
themselves or
exhausted and terrified. The PCs can march this group as far as you like into the forest, but the townsfolk have only a few hours of energy before they must rest, and visibility so late at night is near zero for the largely human group. I will say that your first night with this group will pass uneventful, and in the morning you must decide how to help your little band survive. Which leads us to not just leveling up, but discussing what is next for this campaign, which is entitled An Army of Tagalongs. Before I jump into that, and I'm going to share all this with you as well, because it's a lot to go over. Any questions?
No, I
Who?
didn't think that's. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hmm.
So,
We need to find a place so we can raid. You'll take the town back.
here is my thought. Um, I wanted to take this time, like during gameplay, to discuss leveling up because it's our first time with Pathfinder and we want to make sure that we're accounting for everything. Here's the other thing, a little bit of a surprise or maybe an opportunity for anybody that wants to take it. This is the end of part one, book one. Congratulations. This is also the
Yeah.
end of the beginning tutorial for you guys. And because of that, I wanted to open up an opportunity for anybody that is not happy with your current character to change, a free change right now before we move to the second part, to part two of this book. Um, if you're interested, you would also start, obviously this new character at level 2 with no attachments. Like for this one, you guys had to be a member of this mercenary group. All those restrictions, that's no longer there. You come up with whatever character you want, whatever backstory you want, no strings attached.
Okay, I just want to say something.
Yes.
The first time we did it without the time backwards and I died, my character reincarnates. I was ready to reincarnate then and the time went back. So I didn't change. So I actually like this character. I'm going to stick with it. I
Okay.
just thought I'd let everybody know I could have died and it wouldn't have been a problem.
Wow. How does that work? Is there a role for that? Does it just automatic every time?
It's automatic.
No limitations?
And no, I even have the memories from my previous incarnations.
Wow. And you get
Yeah,
this same, you inhabit your same body?
No, it's a different entity. Like it's reincarnation, so I don't get the same one. It's like Doctor Who.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a rare background you can take. Yeah, yeah. You can be a reincarnated individual.
And is there a limitation on the time it takes to do that? Like how many turns you're basically out of commission?
Well, I should imagine that would be the DM's era because I'm not too sure what happens after death.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I
I
just have
just know I come back again.
I like it. It's very
Oh,
interesting. I just have logistical questions like, is it the same body? Is it a body nearby? Or do you pop up just like in a town 1,000 miles away?
I've read I've read quite a bit of the information, but I haven't actually read that part that
Okay.
you're asking questions on now. I've read more about abilities and stuff because I
Okay.
know more about my benefactor as well now.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm finished.
okay. Um, anybody here, and I'll restate that to Nessa when she gets here. Everybody else happy with where you're at?
I like my character.
Like I like my character. I'm just gonna change his element.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right. Cool.
but yeah,
No, don't be sorry.
have it.
I'm good.
Okay. All
I'm just
right.
reading through all the stuff that I get right now.
Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. Open up the what was that other I'm gonna well no, I'll just edit it out later. I'll keep recording, but I'll probably edit this part out if it's just us talking about, upgrading our characters. If there's role-playing stuff that happens, I'll cut to that. But for the most part, I thought, hey, let's just use this time to level up our characters, uh, talk about next steps. If we get all that done, if we get all the questions answered and we're ready to go, we'll move on to what's next. Um, there we go. Okay, and that's hmm,
Better keep that
what was that other program we
useless.
used for the characters? The legal character level up thing.
Oh yeah, what do we use the in-game character sheet upgrader?
Yeah, you can do it with what's on Roll20, but I would still recommend. What's it called? I've got it here. Is it the Pathfinder 2 Nexus? Is this where I was doing it? No, that's not it.
I think I'm gonna get there's a skill feat called Trick Magic Item, and it lets me use magic items that that aren't connected to my magic. So I'd be able to use like that wand of cure wounds and stuff.
Well, I can
Okay.
hand that over to you because I was carrying that. So
I'm
you
gonna have
got
to
it
look
back
it up
then.
on Discord because I forgot what that site was called.
Nether is archive.
Pathfinder pf2easy.com. I think that was it. Nope. Darn it. That wasn't it.
Okay.
Oh, Path Builder. That was it. Path Builder is a really good one to make sure that you're getting all the goodies that you're entitled to when you level up. And then you would just have to
Yeah.
copy and paste that into Roll20.
So you get a copy of your character sheet, you put it on Path Builder, and then you copy it, put it back on the Roll20. Hello?
I think it would be so you can use Roll20, but my recommendation is to do the full level up on Path Builder 2E and then take those results and copy and paste them into Roll20.
Just gonna do a test here, sorry.
Yeah,
Web.
There
absolutely.
you go.
Karina,
Yeah.
forgot what I was going to say. Question: Do you have do you need help with yours?
That's cute that that's even a question, Beezy. I'm on the, so okay, I'm gonna ask you the very basic question. So I'm on Path Builder 2E, right?
Okay.
So how do I get my character from Roll20 into there?
Okay, you don't. You made,
Yeah.
or I know I did on my site on my account for Path Builder. I made row. Uh, so when I open it up, it's got a list of my characters. I I made Brad's character Ola on this, and I made yours.
So is
So
there a way that you can send it to me? Okay, so then how do I get it? So what do I do?
I wonder
Just
if when you log in, if you log in under my profile and then go to Path Builder 2E, if you'll see what I'm seeing. That would be the easiest thing.
okay. So I went to
Oh,
Pathfinder 2E, like web character builder continue, and then it's got like a monitor, and
Hmm.
then I can do like a, so, and then when I click on the monitor,
It
it says
new
new character
character
load at
or
old
load
character.
character, right? Okay. And
Like
when you go to load character, what does it list?
nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
I've got main folder, most
Wait,
recent classes, ancestries, and levels.
yeah,
After load
there's
character.
no.
Okay. So Corey, are you logged in as your profile or mine?
I'm not seeing where I log in. It's
Like
not giving me
on
that.
Google.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry. Explain yourself, sir. Explain. So you want me to log in as Dingo? That's what I no? Okay. It's Pathfinder Builder 2E.
Because I just followed your instructions and I came up with 2 Ale Rame, which 1 Wayang, which is my character. I'm just trying to figure out how to get to level 2.
All right, sorry, Brad. What was your question?
I'm trying to move to level 2 because I've actually, I'm in the page, the left-hand side, there's 4 upgrades with the last 2 Ale Rame Wayang, which 1, which is level 1. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got my character with everything there.
Right. So let's see here. Under that's a good question. Let me see. Oh, right. So on the main screen, it shows your ancestry, background, and class. Right underneath that, it shows level 1. If you scroll down, um, level 2 is right there. And at level 2, what I'm seeing is that you get a class feat and a skill feat. You would click each one of those and make your selections.
Okay, just maybe on the wrong one. That's TUI.AonPRD.com, or there's a
Pathbuilder,
different one.
pathbuilder2e.com.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably not a whole lot going on at level 2, but it's something,
Yeah, it's still something. Sorry.
especially for
Yeah,
spellcasters.
Yeah.
have
Uh,
Lavender.
I mean, it's good to talk about it because we can strategize and we can take the things that are most beneficial to us. Like for instance, so I'm still kind of like looking at my counters. Like I'm looking at my like class feats right now. And something that confuses me is like I have the option to take let's see, I have the option to take like counter spell, right? But it says I only have the ability to like counter spells if I already know that spell and like I can cast it. So like if somebody casts a spell that I don't know, like I guess I just can't counter it. Seems a little annoying.
That's odd.
That's just what it says. I did use my general's feat though, and I did take battle medicine, so I can patch you guys up. I am proficient in medicine. I decided I would I'll take the fall, and I'll play group doctor.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, we got 2 healers then.
Awesome.
Right.
are you proficient in medicine too,
Yeah, I'm proficient in medicine.
girl? You can be my nurse.
I think I'd take your ass in it.
When Arcane, when you look further down the road of development, does that get any better? I'm thinking, is that just like a level
Um,
2 limit, or
from I mean it's a class feat. Let's see. Let me look down because I haven't really looked into too many. I haven't really looked into too many of the feats. I mean the class feats in general obviously get better, but I no, actually no, there are some better ones. There's like clever counterspell level 10. Uh You creatively apply your prepared spells to counter a much wider variety of opponents' magic. Yeah. So I can take things to make it better eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of sucks. I was like, ooh, counter spell already. It's like, yeah, but you already have to know the magic. So I guess I can use my downtime to learn spells, I think. So
Right.
I can learn some spells that I think might be like generally used by enemies, but fuck, I don't know what they have. I don't know what dirty goblin magic uses, so
Right.
I might just take something else.
Okay.
At the
Um,
bottom, it's
I
got
like it
accept,
too.
cancel, delete, and move. How do I get out of if I've already changed to level 2?
spells.
Okay. I
Um,
took reach spell. My spell's a bit harder or further now. I'm
cancel,
good.
delete, or move. So when I go in,
I know. By the way.
I see like when you go in to choose a class feat, for example, Brad, you click the one you want, you press accept, it puts it in there. Then when you've done that for skill, just gonna pick one here real quick, accept, that should be it. It should automatically raise your hit points, and that's probably going to be it for level 2.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Uh,
I haven't. I mustn't be on the right page
Oh,
because
14.
my hit point's still 14.
Yeah, you have to click
you
on
might have
it.
to manually
Yeah,
enter it.
you do. You have to click on it,
Your
and
your hit points will go up or down by it'll say in whatever your class is, and it'll be for me. For instance, for mine, it's like 6 or whatever. It'll tell you like the stat number, and unlike with D&D where you have to roll for it, your health just goes up by that number, and then it's plus whatever your constitution is. So for me, I go up by 6, but because I have a -1 constitution, I only go up 5, and that's every single time I level up, which kind of sucks. But I guess it's better than nothing. You have to improve that constitution at some point.
Is there any problem with us having 2 pocket libraries?
I mean,
oh, I got it, Brad.
is
Okay,
it?
so I figured it out. So to the right of your ancestry, where it shows your character name, your stats, and your AC. Okay, it lists your current HP, which is 14. Right above that, it says level 1. When you click level 2, it automatically should jump you up to 20 HP. That's what I have for you.
Well, I must be on the wrong page. I'll do a snipping tool snippet of the page.
Yeah. Share it in the server chat voice channel thing so we can see your screen.
Wait, where did you say for the HP? Never mind.
So
Yeah, it'll say on there.
yeah, just to there's the left panel, which is the levels, and then the main panel, which has your character, the size, the speed, your stats. Right above that, it says character name and it says level 1. You just click on that and then select level 2, and it automatically applies your HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Just sorry.
Now you're good. I'm using the app, which is super handy. That's what I've been using the entire time to build and mess with things. Because then you can just click on the things on the for instance, I'm sure the website does it too, where you can just go scroll down to the build and just go to level 2, and you can just see what all your options are, and then you can just either copy and paste it and just stick it in your feat section. I mean, that's what I'm doing. So pretty handy.
And if y'all guys are, if this is redundant or this site is not helpful, feel free to just do it in Roll20. I felt like it was more comprehensive.
I like it. Makes it easier. Ooh, I didn't even see that one. Bargain? No. Don't do it, Arcane. Don't do it.
Is
I'm looking.
2D8 better than 3D4?
2d8 versus 3d4. Technically, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say, well, no, because the minimum for you would go off like minimum and maximum rolls. So on one, the minimum is you're getting 4, and on the other end, the minimum is 2. So I mean,
What's that? What's
so even if you rolled bad, like you would still get 2 more out of it. I mean,
All right, Corey. Let me. I'll just do yours
Let's
from
run
here.
over to this.
Let's see
Nice.
here. Okay. So at level 2, you get a class feat. Or if you want to try it in roll 20, Karina, we could see if it's the same thing, if they're in line or not. It's kind of a short list for class feats. You could do Collapse Construct, which allows you to collapse your construct into a carrying case or other compact and innocuous form. Explosive Leap, Haphazard Repair, No, I Created You. Well, that sounds interesting. Your construct
Those are the
companion
twins, the poetry.
would become
that sounds concerning.
confused or controlled. You appeal to your
Oh,
construct companion's bond with its creator to have it break free, of a controlling effect. Attempt to counteract the
Oh,
effect that confused or controlled your construct companion using your crafting modifier for the counteract check and half your level rounded up.
fancy! I didn't know other people could take over your shit. That's kind of cool. You could also collapse Roberto, carry him around in a cool little suitcase. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Why don't
now
take this
he's a
one?
little backtrack.
Searing Restoration, Tamper, and Viable Core. That one would
That
change the
sounds
way
cool.
it explodes. You can select acid, cold, or electricity.
Ooh. Wait, do I have to I guess the question is would I have to choose one or can I go between them?
You
I know
adjust
that
your
sounds greedy, but
innovation's core, changing the way it explodes. When you choose this feat, select acid, cold. Yeah, you have to lock in whichever one you want it to do.
Yep. Yeah, that's typical Pathfinder. Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
pick.
because
It won't let you just switch all willy nilly.
the core is what it's running off of. So you're saying that core runs off either acid, cold, or electricity.
but I
Did you
mean
see
that's
what I
just
sent through you?
it's not like it's we'll just move. Well, it depends on what we're playing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say it adds any kind of. It doesn't add damage. It's just it adds a damage type.
Right, but if
Oh,
we're fighting
does it?
somebody who's
Does it?
immune to acid or cold, whatever, then it wouldn't be
Yeah.
effective.
Oh,
How I'm
okay. Here we
saying.
go.
Does it,
When
does it
using
add
the
or change?
explode action, or anytime your innovation explodes on a critical failure and damages you, change the damage type from fire damage to the type you chose. If you have the
Yeah.
offensive boosts class feature and retrain variable core to a different damage type, you can also switch to a different offensive boost that deals the same damage type if you wish. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's more flavor. It doesn't add any damage. It's just the type of damage, and you have to lock it
Yeah.
in. So it's not like, hey, we're going against the undead, so fire would be really good, or let me change the core. It's not a, you can't do that.
It yeah. It
What's
sounds
that?
like later. I mean, it sounds like later on though you'll get some kind of class feat that allows you to like change the damage type when it goes to explode.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Gary, did you see the picture that I sent through on Discord?
No, let me
Because I
take
seem to be in an area I don't know how it works properly.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Clearing site data in your browser. Well, you definitely don't want to do that. So I press cancel on that screen.
See, I'm on Path Builder,
Hmm.
Character Builder, and it loads up. And then it gives me load character or new character. So
My
load,
baby.
Yeah, load character.
Thank you, Willow.
so
It
now
looks
I've
like
got,
you should go on the other side.
Go ahead, Brad.
Sorry.
What was the question, Brad?
I'm just doing another picture.
Oh,
Damn it all. Yeah, so just doing another snippet.
gotcha.
Out of time. Maguses are interesting.
Okay.
Um,
So let's see
hmm.
here. You've got 2 copies of this character. They're both at level 1. The last time it was modified was either June the 7th or June the 3rd. So open the one for June the 7th. Let's take a look at that one.
That's what's on the screen to the right.
Okay. Well, that one's still at level 1, so that's the one you want to take to level 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
once you open that one up, you're going to, on the left side of the screen, scroll down to level 2, click and choose a class feat and a skill feat, and then
I can't scroll down with anything.
let me send you a screenshot here.
I'm not getting something.
Oh, that's not the one I want. I want this one.
My classical knowledge of computers is you need the first thing, second thing, and the third thing. And for me, there's always the first thing, a second thing, third thing, and a fourth thing to get it right. And I need the process in my mind.
I gotcha. Take a look at this and see if that doesn't help. It's in black. I should have changed the color, but let me know if that helps. Auto magically.
I don't have that entire build. I'm not on that page.
Yeah, so interesting. When you clicked,
I clicked on the first one, the 7th of June,
and
and I got a
then,
summary on the right
oh,
side
okay.
of which one.
Okay, so now that you got the summary, you go down to the bottom of the screen and press accept. Then you get the screen that I sent you.
It's that simple. Okay.
Yeah,
Somebody else can have a
we
look
ran
now.
right past it.
Dude.
Don't worry about it.
Yep. No worries.
Okay, Karina. Let me get back over to Row. Um, were there any more of those that you want me to post them, or do you want to ask about them, or how do you want to do this? Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that because that's kind of the important part of making the decision.
Well, you broke up a bunch there. Here's a list. Oh, that looks terrible. I don't know that I could even read that. Let's try this. All right. Corey, if you'll look at Discord on the game chat, here's a list of the class feats you could take. Oh my goodness. And the skill feats are a lot longer. There's a lot more of them. One thing at a time. Which of those sounds interesting?
I think like I like the idea of no one created you. Explosive leap. Temper. What's temper?
Tamper. You tamper with a foe's weapon or armor using a free hand. Choose either a weapon held by an enemy in your reach or a suit of armor worn by an enemy in your reach. Attempt a crafting check against the enemy's reflex DC. Critical success, you tamper
I'm
with
never
it,
gonna be that.
and the enemy takes a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls and damage rolls with that weapon. If you tamper with armor, the armor hampers the enemy's movement, making the enemy off guard and inflicting a -10-foot penalty to its speed. On a regular success, oh, your tampering is temporarily effective um, as a critical success, but the effect ends at the start of your next turn.
No, I'm never. I do not ever want to be that close. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Um, unless you have one of those things like in D&D where you can send your spell or your skill through your
unless Stabby can
creation.
do it, but
Right. I don't
you
I
won't
don't think I've seen
be
that. Have
Stabby
you?
right now. I'm gonna say yes and see what you say.
Nope. I'm gonna say read the book because I don't think so. Explosive leap.
So
You
I think explosive.
aim an
I'm listening.
explosion from your innovation downward to launch yourself into the air. You jump up to 30 feet in any direction. Um, you must land on a space of
Do I
solid
have
ground.
do I have to be on my? Do I have to be on him? What does it say?
It says you aim an explosion from your innovation downwards to launch yourself into the air.
Spells learning
It
table.
doesn't say they have to go with you.
I mean,
So,
especially right now, my plan is to send him forward, away from me to like
Okay,
do all the attacking.
you
So
want, yeah,
they're
so you
like,
want him to do it on his own. That's what it's doing. Um, you
mm,
can, yeah, if your innovation is a minion, it can take this action rather than you. So the way it's listed here is you could have made a suit of armor that, you know, that could do this, but you've made an innovation. So yes,
made
Stabby,
it.
could do this.
Oops, sorry, clicked the wrong thing. Perhaps.
Hi, Julia.
Hey, Julia.
Have I just been obliviously reading and I didn't notice you joined?
Yeah, you went to the cage, Julian.
She's been here for like 20
Possibly.
minutes.
I've been here for well over half an hour.
Yeah, okay. She's been here for a while now.
Reading.
I've been flipping through browsers and I heard her come on. I was like, oh, good. Yeah, I was like messaging her like, hey, we're leveling up.
And Julia, we are finished with the first tutorial. I will offer you what I offered everybody else. Free character change. If you want to change a small thing or a big thing or a complete character redo, you can do that for free.
I like Fallon. I like where she's going. I like the feel of her. Her Katrishi background and knowing what she's actually supposed to look like a giant rhinoceros. Is the only thing I may tweak about it. I don't like the idea of her being a rhinoceros. I had a different vision in my head of what she looked like. But everything else I would like to keep.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Then.
Actually, can I make a small change?
Yeah. What do you got?
Can I change my hybrid study from the Laughing Shadows to Starlit Span? It just means I won't be jumping into shadows anymore, but we don't really have a ranged person, so it lets me more focused on that ranged aspect of combat.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, to be fair, I'm only ranged. I'm not getting up into any combat at all whatsoever. Still back of the pack as far as I'm concerned.
This is weapons, so like crossbows and stuff.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
And
Yeah. I don't do that anymore. Them
In
days
another
behind.
life.
Yeah, in another life, maybe, but not anymore. I did take. Yeah, back in the day, I did take reach spell, so I can shoot my spells a little bit further. So I'm even more back of the pack now. I'm in the bushes, can't even see me.
While y'all are doing that, whoever's got the notes, do y'all see this screen that I've got you on where it shows the leaders and the followers and the morale tracker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many total first level warriors did we save?
All of them.
57.
I just
Throw
got
out
2
number
more
one.
comments.
It's army.
We were in the. Yeah, no, all of them. I think there's
I
7
think we have 5 because we found 2 at the bar, and I think there's 2 we found with Kenning, I think, and maybe we picked up another one along the way. Maybe I think we have at least maybe 2 with Vayne. We have anywhere between like 4 to 6. I'm pretty sure warriors, anyways.
Okay.
6.
I think that will
6. Yeah, I think it was
on the supplies found document that I shared with y'all. Y'all sound very unsure, so I'll look into it. But all that's going to be kept on this. We'll return to this screen every once in a while, at least once a session to check just the overall status. As you can see, Reyna is MIA, Travers is MIA, Robin Hartz was KIA. Forgot
what?
to.
Not Robin.
Yeah, I forgot to describe that. As y'all guys were going over the bridge, y'all saw what was left of him down on the rocks in the river.
Is Robin the other guard?
Yes, he was the other guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was reminiscent of
He got
Sailing?
his
No.
Doc Samson.
Surely!
No,
These
that
are
was
the-
Trevor. That's Trevor. Trevor's still alive in my
Shore
heart.
leaf.
Okay, this is a different one that died. All right.
Right.
Trevor's so
This was
he
not
can't leave us.
Trevor. Yeah, Robin Hart's was the other one, not the Brock Sampson sounding one.
Miss them all already.
The
All right.
children that survived are listed. AstraZeneca was the artist that was painting the eerily precognitive paintings for you, and the 3 children that had names that y'all met at
Yo,
Thane's place.
who named these damn kids? Those poor children.
Well, so it's not their
Like,
Just
real
saying.
names. These are their kid names, like their nicknames
kid
for
names.
each other.
Oh yeah,
Dear God.
I remember my kid name back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Wait.
I was like, God, like, I didn't know that. I was like, man, like this town, they're a bunch of dicks. Like, hey, this kid has a fucked up arms. Like, let's just call him Niner. What a piece of shit. I was like, God, like the poor fat kid. Like, what do you do to you guys? Still, that's still a mean thing, in my opinion. Kids are mean. Even in D&D world, kids are mean to each other. It's not cool.
Okay, give this a read when you have a moment.
I have all the moments for you, my dear.
Mostly the last part. I mean, we're currently married, so it makes
We are
sense.
technically, yeah, that's true. Gary officiated and everything.
Another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jet was the
You
aristocrat.
get to show some
Remove
first.
concealment and reduces cover.
First
So
level commoners.
for any attack that hits the creature.
Where are you sending it?
It's in the text chat in the game.
Let me see here.
Oh, I sent it to GM. That's not right.
Hey, I was like, I don't see it there. I just see my half-drunken babble rants. What are you talking about?
Why? I want to stop sending. How do I stop sending it to the GM?
Just in the chat, there should on your sheet beside character, there should be a little chat thingy.
Toggle,
Make sure
yeah.
it's in orange.
A little this thingy does that
Beside
now?
character, yeah.
There we go. That now you can read that.
Good.
Okay.
Write that down.
You have,
So
based on
that
what I'm seeing, you have 1 first level warrior, 2 first level adepts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a dozen first level commoners.
That's pretty good.
It is class specific, so only I can use this spell. However, any spell against that creature removes, like they don't get cover anymore. That includes any spells that you shoot at them.
Oh, you're asking if you should take it. It's pretty
I
good.
mean, it is pretty good.
It's very good, actually.
16.
Can I learn your focus spells? Is that how that? Can we do that? Is that a thing?
Do you have focus points?
Yeah, I have a focus spell. You want to see my focus spell? Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog.
Sure,
Want to
focus
trade
spell.
cards real quick? Yeah, I've got a focus spell. My focus spell, let's see here, is called. Here's mine. Unexpected windfall. I can make people really heavy, which probably would have been a good thing to use on the goblins, but whatever. Fuck it.
What's this thing you do? Queen swings go with high strength. Encumbered is really good. This was one I was looking at as well.
Yeah, that's the one I took. I mean, if you want to diversify, that's fine. I need to look it up and see if we're allowed to if we can learn each other's focus spells. Because I mean, you're still arcane tradition, so am I. So I mean, I wouldn't see a reason why we wouldn't be able to. But I'm probably still slant on going more support though, and eventually I do plan on learning some of your badass empowering spells, and I guess we can just learn from each other. It'll be a minute before I'm ready to open up like that, though. But I do think that would be worth our time.
36 people
Okay.
you were able to save from the invasion.
Really?
That's
Mother.
I thought
way more than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking like we got like 5 people out, and I was like, damn, I feel like I should. That's
We
good, pretty good.
Yep.
we got a
So
couple big
56
buildings.
was really close.
Okay,
That's
how
like
do I
half the
transport
village,
my
right?
sheep back into the game?
There were 400 people
Um,
in the town before the
Ah,
the night of the Iron Fang invasion. What was your question,
I
Brad?
mean, to be fair, no one else needs to know that.
How do we get my sheep back into the game?
Well, you have to
you just have to copy and paste,
copy and
probably.
paste, copy from Path Builder 2E this new information, the new skills, the information for the skills and the feat, and paste it into your Roll20 character sheet.
Oh,
You think guys think goblins are immune to goblin pox?
I looked at that spell and I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's how I'm looking. It's like infected with goblin pox. I'm like, what the fuck is goblin pox? Why don't you explain? What does that even mean? I'm not going to the
goblin.
disease section of the book. I don't have time for that.
It's just sickened and slowed.
Creatures that have goblin trait and goblin dogs are immune. Yeah, so it's like wouldn't even work. Like literally, like the complete wrong campaign to use.
You don't know what's waiting
Damn.
for you in the forest.
So I guess they
Oh,
do
that's right.
vaccinate.
Creeps in the forest. But I keep taking clothes related things. I kind of want to. I'm really tempted.
What does clothes related things mean?
Clothes related things. Wouldn't you like to know, Tree Boy? You wouldn't get it. Look how you're dressed. Look at that cape.
When?
4 seasons ago.
What?
Oh
Do I even have any clothes related spells?
no. You want to learn some? Let me teach you.
Teach me the
Would it,
way of the thread.
question: would it be cultural appropriate of me to cast to get the Wall of Shrubs spell? Would you be cool with that?
Wall of shrubs. Let's have a look. See. I think it's fine because I'm not a shrub. You would have to bring it up with Hunter, who's now dead. So I think it's fine.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we don't
I
know.
also have wooden
We don't know.
like
Actually,
I can also take wooden fists where I can turn my hands into tree trunks. Probably still not going to do that, but kind of cool.
You do that.
I need to add him.
2d6 per punch?
That's what I was looking at. I'm like, get up in my business. I will Mike Tyson you to death.
There.
Can I send mine through Jason ID?
I don't know what that is.
I'm not familiar with it. I've seen that before. I've not tried it. It's just quicker for me, especially right now at level 2 where we're just adding 2 things to just copy paste. Like
Yeah.
highlight it in Path Builder, copy, go to Roll20, right click and paste it into your sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the feet section. All you have to do is just hit the little cog or the add and then scroll under and then type the name, then go down to description and copy and paste it in there, and then you're good to go.
In the meantime, I have
It was
added
pretty
some
lucky.
journals for
You
you
can just
guys. One is called An Army of Tagalongs. The other is The Rest of Phandar, and then Fleeing Phandar, which just again summarizes, those last two summarize uh, what we just went through and what we saw. But Army of Tagalongs is going to be very important. It is a fairly long document. I don't think I'm going to go over all of it right now. But basically, what it does is it talks about how the next part of the book and the next part of our game is going to work. Uh, basically, how to survive, what you can do to get all of these NPCs that you're in charge of now to help you survive, and what their daily needs are going to be. So you are going to be
Okay.
not
Is this like
in
living in
charge.
the woods simulator?
Huh?
Are we now living in the woods or
We're
what's
we're
the
gonna yep, we're gonna be camping in the woods. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah. You might be. I'm just surviving in the woods, my dear friend.
So,
I don't have a choice.
you have your choice of one quote unquote follower to apply to your character sheet. And that can be either one of the
Mhm.
leaders or one of the NPCs, either the warrior, the adepts, or the commoners. That is your follower. Okay? All the rest of them, though, we're going to split them up amongst you guys, and we're actually going to make little NPC character sheets for them. Give them names, give them backgrounds, make them personal, because
Okay.
they are now going to be part of the story, um, and you're going to have control over them as well as your
Oh,
character.
yes. That makes me so happy. Oh my goodness. Be prepared to cry. Okay, hang on. I need
So
just main.
to remind you, we have the main leaders and the pillars of the community. We have the warrior, the adepts, and the commoners, and I'm actually going to include the children in this as well.
Good. I want the fat one. Dibs on dibs on the porkster.
Chin.
A manner or chin?
Well,
Chin, the fat one. I want him for sure.
Chin,
He's
he's
got the
the
he's got
fat
the low
kid
he's
with
got the
no
lowest.
chin.
Yep, he's got the lowest self esteem. That's the most I can work with. I dibs called it.
I mean, here's my thought. I know you are just goofing around, but I go back to this movie um, with Paul Paul. What was Paul's last name? Uh,
Trades.
Crocodile Dundee.
Fucking-
Paul something or another.
Oh,
Hogan.
Paul Australian.
Huh? Paul Hogan?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a.
Yeah, Paul Hogan.
Ben, it's your country. What is it? I don't
It
know.
was a
I've never seen
movie
it. I mean, if I watched it when I was like,
with
I'm
Paul
from there as
Hogan.
well. It's Paul Hogan.
Yeah, Paul Hogan
oh yeah,
and
you remember?
oh the black guy from Jeremy Maguire.
Stewart.
This is a lie. That's an
did you
actually.
say Rob Stewart?
Yes, Rod Stewart. That was it. So Paul Hogan and Rod Stewart. And so anyway, the premise of the movie is that Rod Stewart's character is deaf. And Paul Hogan's character kind of takes him in. He's a gunslinger and takes care of him. And so one of the things he says is he finds some cheeky nickname that he's going to call him. And he says to him, "Look, when you're with me, I'm going to call you this nickname, but nobody else will." And that's how I feel about these children. Like these nicknames that they give each other, it's from a place of love, not so much mean childhood stuff. This is their culture in Fandar. They lead into it. Like Niner,
Mm.
he loves his nickname. He likes to come in late to places where he is expected, and he just holds his hands up to let them know, hey, it's 9 or it's 9:05, and it's just kind of a funny little thing that he does. So you know
Let him.
something
I,
sad about these kids is I have no idea who their parents are. I don't think they have any. So you can
Not
work with that.
anymore.
Yeah,
Not
especially
anymore.
not
Yeah,
anymore.
let them spend a week with me. They'll get over those. They'll get over those enduring nicknames real quick. A lot of tears, but that's okay. Oh, looking up some support
Okay,
spells still.
Caboose
Are you
wants
just meaning
Jen.
the movie The Stand?
What is it? Cuba Gooding
It
Jr.
sounds like the movie
That's his name.
Stand.
The Stand? Stephen
Okay.
King's The Stand?
Yeah,
yes.
What about
the
it?
Good
guy that
one.
goes with the deaf guy and the other guy who's a little mentally handicapped that spells everything
Oh,
moon.
Moon. That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cool.
Shit,
Pretty
my
good movie.
heart goes up.
So while I'm at it, I am now going to share with you guys. Oh, I already have. I've shared Jet's character sheet already. I did not
I can't even
know that I did that.
transfer my.
Yeah, we have 2 jet things. Nice.
Yeah, one's like the profile, and then the other one is the actual character. But now I'm giving you editing privileges so that if y'all find gear, so now you're talking earlier about, hey, who can use this? Some of these folks, they're not very well armed or armored. Fane,
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Jet.
All the PCs have its own
I heard chat, by the way.
innovation features kind of available to lend a hand, but also card caps,
And
scale improved caps,
Kinning.
otherwise describe quick simple systems.
Reyna is MIA. Okay.
Use flash health.
Well, like I said, Brad, if you're having technical issues, just come back to Roll20 and level up your character through Roll20. You're probably not missing anything at this level. It looks like it's just the two
Well,
things, if that's easier.
I've just copied it. How do I paste it?
I, that's kind of hard for me to explain it like logistically. It's literally I'm going to go to Path Builder. I'm going to click on the class feat so that it shows me the description. I'm going to use my mouse to highlight that description, and I'm going to copy that description. Then I go to Roll20. I open up my character sheet. I find a place to add that information to my character sheet, and I right click and paste.
How many did we save? We saved 3 important people. Sorry, 4 important people.
Mm-hmm.
They're all important, Ben. Every life matters.
Yeah,
Debatable.
the fuck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 people and 6 of us. So who?
Well, it's
Well,
not
we
just the
got
leaders,
3
Ben.
kids.
It's the leaders, it's the warrior, the adepts, and the commoners, and the children that are all on the table for selection to be your follower.
Yeah, I was more
And if
just
you
referencing.
don't want
Go ahead.
anyone as a follower,
Total, you said we had what, 36 total people that we saved?
36, that's right.
Okay, hang on.
And Nessa, what
Give me
was
a second.
yours? Everybody was talking at once.
and if you don't want a follower,
Oh,
More for me.
why wouldn't you want a follower?
more so like, well, one, it seems complicated to me. I don't want to come up with having to deal with somebody else's character sheet when I'm already struggling with balance and all the stupid millions of things she can do.
Yep.
But practically, it's because Fallon just does not want to babysit somebody.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't want to be in charge of you. I already sort of have to be in charge of everybody because of nature of me being fighter and trying to protect you from goblins.
Right. So I don't want you to, I'd like you to read the Army of Tagalongs thing. I don't want you to think of this as like somebody that's going to be literally following you around and being another icon on in the game that you're having to protect in every battle. Think of it as like somebody that is going to be doing some things for you in camp. And there's a long list of the things that the helpers can do.
Plus, you said we get to like make their like backstories and stuff, right?
Yep. As long as it's not one of the leaders, because those are already kind of you would just
Right.
add to what's already
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
I don't want any of the leaders. I think they dress shabbily. I don't want them. One of them doesn't like me already. The other one, I tried to fall in love with her and didn't work out with my last character. But she does. She did give me. I do have her thing, her holy symbol.
Yeah.
So maybe. But honestly, I mean, me to you guys, I want 5 of the warriors, and I want the one fat child, and that's what I want.
Well, there's only one
I love you
warrior.
keep
don't have
going
that
with
far.
that.
Only one warrior. What kind of nonsense? Okay, that's fine. I'll take the warrior then. The fat boy and one warrior, and
Okay.
then I guess 4 other joke
So
moves.
you can only have one follower, but yeah, we are going to split up the rest as far as like um, the warriors, the adepts, and the
Okay.
commoners to be like those are the ones that report to you specifically for duties that you will see spelled out in the handout An Army of Tagalongs.
Oh, okay. Cool. Awesome. Great. I like that. Are there like benefits from having like, and we can choose one of the important NPCs to be our follower?
Yes, and Jess.
Two pretty interesting things
Uh,
from what I was
yeah, I
reading.
was gonna say because that makes a huge difference for me then because
So
like if I can put these bitches to work,
yeah, as you're
yes.
strategizing and thinking about it, read Army of Tagalongs.
Okay, how long? Let me see. Hang on. Let me look how long this handout is. You referenced it like 4 times. Obviously, it's important. Give me a second. Uh, Taiwan's.
Can I have
Ugh,
oral? Can I have
that's a
vein?
lot of words. Bad. I'm not reading them. I was, I was thinking personally, just for me, I was thinking we could give Vance to Brad just because he's like some kind of like an alchemist type. So maybe they could team up and do some alchemy junk together.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that because he makes poison, and I was like, I could use these poisons for my guns, or for my
Ooh,
weapons.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's my
yeah, that's
pet
But
good too.
project.
There is a
you can
little
also make
blip
them,
on what
and then we
each
can
of the
toss them
leaders
out.
bring to the table. Um, for example,
So
Vane.
oral makes
Vane gathers
poison.
materials from the woods to make rudimentary potions. Uh, Kinning keeps everyone's weapons sharp and true. And she trains the refugees how to fight so they don't panic. Jet keeps the resources maintained, making sure the refugees use the most perishable items first and helping people pack balanced loads. She knows many stories and songs that she shares with the others. So long as Jet oversees the cooking, the camp generates 1 additional provision point every day.
Oh, this is like super crunchy, huh?
Oh yes, it is very crunchy.
Okay,
Auburn is the
yeah.
only one
Where is
like
this breakdown? Where's
uh,
this breakdown list of what everybody can do?
it's in the handout called Army of Tagalongs.
Yeah,
Should be at
I'm
the
just
Yeah,
reading
I
that.
thought I looked scrolled through that, and I must be further down than I thought.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
it's like
Oh, there it is.
halfway down.
towards the
It
bottom.
gives you, yeah, halfway down the lower part. Yeah, it gives everybody everything that they can do, which is wow. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need to have to take some time to read through all that
Yeah,
before I make my
absolutely.
decision.
This is
I
y'all's
don't know how
homework.
important that is.
This is y'all's homework this week. Nothing character specific, but think about, you know, before we go to that campsite in the woods, think about how you want to proceed with the people that you have with you. Yeah. Auburn, she's a special exception. There's a little whole paragraph for her. She will actually
Well, that's why
accompany
I
you
didn't
on
see them.
missions.
Right. Yeah, which I think would is probably like a good thing
Oh,
to
yes.
have.
This is the extension of the
We need to.
tutorial, if you will. This is like tutorial
Yeah.
version 2, a little bit of a lighter tutorial, just to kind of help you guys stay on your feet, because she can heal.
You get
But she has to get,
you get
Yeah.
you know,
10
she
gold
has to
per
get
survival.
completely healed herself though. So for now, she's going to
Yeah.
be offering suggestions and um, experience, but not really able to do much until she recovers. Vane as well, for that matter.
Right. Yeah. That's God. That's so tempting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll have to read up more on all these guys because they can do so much stuff. That's
hmm
crazy.
I want you to.
Hopefully my
Here's the complication, okay? Down at the bottom of this, it talks about food and shelter. Up until now, we've been talking about how many provisions we can save, how many we save, how many we save. Her provision point is explained as um, the sustenance that one person needs per day to keep going. Well, if you look at your souls alive and you look at your current provisions, you're going to see a problem that's going to come up pretty quickly.
We don't have enough food. Oh shit. Yeah, because I would have if I would have known it was 30 plus people. I've been like, hey, yeah, take more fucking food, steal everything you can. But
Well, you guys grabbed
okay.
everything you could from every location you went to. Had you been able to
Yeah.
find time, make time to visit other locations and deal with whatever was at those locations, you could have found more, but at what cost? Okay. Um,
Yeah.
so
True.
that is going to be one of the things that you will use the NPCs for as you look through this list. Gathering food is one of them. Foraging
Yep.
and hunting,
Hunting and gathering.
herding, scouting.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to be very important for you to think about the orders that you're going to give to these people every day, right? While you guys are running off on your adventures. So at the start of each game, we will probably start here on this screen. You'll tell me what you have your followers do for that day. I'll make some rolls, and at the end of the session, or maybe at the beginning, I'll tell you what we got, how our numbers changed and what that represents. Or also on the right side, you see the morale scale. Optimistic at the top, despondent at the bottom. Right now, they are represented by this goblin head. Um, it, they're all in shock right now, so it hasn't really quite set in. But as you can see, they're already kind of angling towards dropping to -2. That will also have an effect on their rolls. Oh, we lost
Okay.
Brad.
Well,
everything
Brad.
I've learned
Yeah.
from history is that people just need circuses and bread. So
Yeah. Blood,
food.
sport, and bread. The two B's. Well, also, but a very significant factor in this as well as where we're going and how long it's going to take to get there, which kind of brought me into my next point. Like, I know we have some things to decide for character wise, but I mean, the story and the show, as did I think it believe it might have been Freddie Mercury that said the show must go on, so we have to continue onwards regardless. But like our destination and like potentially where we're going might have established supplies, food, people, so that also kind of might make a pretty big difference in the way we decide to divvy people up. Because I mean, we're going somewhere, right? We're not just going to be living in the woods for the whole campaign. At least, God, I hope not.
Well, so here's the map of where we're going.
Damn, never mind. They have a map.
Do you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. You see this little camp fire thing?
Mm,
Uh, Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So similar to how I think you did it in Strahd Arcane, this is going to represent your
Hmm.
party. It's going to represent where you're located. So the first night, you make it into the woods, but not very far. but you find a safe place off the road, kind of goes away, and you're just um, hiking it in the woods. Um, Aubryn sort of says, "Hey, right here, this is a good place. We should be safe here," and based on that, y'all camp out. Um, you can see the hexagonal grids here, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the Fangwood Forest has been gridded out. Each of those is something, if that helps. So yes, the next part of this book is the Fangwood Forest. We will be spending quite a bit of time in here.
Hmm.
Brad, did we get you
Me
back?
thinks me thinks I made the wrong choice in character.
I
Well,
think
don't you have like one free change?
I no, not doing it. I'm sticking to my guns. I already did. I made a dumb mistake. I wasn't literally planning on changing characters. I was like, I just want to see what happens. And Gary did not fuck around. He was like, well, guess what?
Yeah, I mean, to your credit, I love the idea, right? But logistically, there was an army around
Yeah,
you. It made sense what happened. Um, so
yeah,
you had
true.
a
Yeah, and
mixed
honestly,
and you had a mixed success. So you basically did what you set out to do. There was just a catch.
yeah, and there was so much more that went into it. I do kind of feel a bit bad that you guys won't get to learn more, but there was a reason why. I mean, he went off and did what he did. Maybe if he is still alive, which you guys don't know if he is or isn't, he could be dead. He could be, somewhere else. Who knows? But hopefully, maybe at some point, you guys might be able to
Yeah.
discern the
And
why of it. But in the meantime, you guys get Sebastian, so
and to be fair, guys,
enjoy that.
Arcane does not know what happened to Hunter.
No, no idea. Yeah, I was gonna say like you guys were like he's dead. It's like I honestly I keep saying like I mean I don't know. Like I really have no clue. I have no idea. It was quite literally a fade to black situation, and it was like here's a new character sheet, Buster, and I was like okay, well, great. I guess we'll figure out what happens later.
No, you were good enough to actually have one ready to go. So you told me, "Hey, here's my new character sheet, Buster." I'm like, "Okay, let's
Oh yeah.
go."
Oh well, that's true. I mean I've got a million character concepts, so it's posh, but that's fine.
Yeah, when you said wizard, I thought, okay, this is good news and bad news. And then when I met your character last week, I was talking to Corey about this offline. I was like, ooh, this could be bad. He he's
Oh yeah.
he's about to go into the forest and get his clothes dirty, and I don't know how that's going to work with this guy because he is
It,
definitely going to need
I
the help of the people around him. And maybe that helps. That's his
yeah.
character arc. That sounds like a really
That's
potentially cool thing. So,
Yeah, that's kind of something I was kind of considering. I was looking into it as well. I took the liberty of like I didn't like look up any information about the campaign because I don't want to metagame and I love learning things organically. But I did learn the region. I think it's like Numeria or something like that. The region that this campaign takes place in, just so I know the
yes,
general layout of the
yes,
nation.
yep.
And I was like, the main capital city is like Starfall. I'm like, oh yes, excellent. We're surely we'll head there at some point. And then you're like, so you guys are living in the woods. I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah. You mentioned the Nesmian, right? Did you say Nesmian? Yeah.
Nesmian, Numesmia, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I begin with
Numerian.
an
Yeah.
N.
The
Numerian,
the
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I
Nesmian
begin
or
with an N.
Numerian plains is one of the locations that we kind of touch on with our in our big map of the area. Also,
Good. Yeah,
uh,
good, good.
as little as I like to metagame, I am going to share with you, and I'm going to call it like this, just this knowledge you've gained from rumors as you get further into the forest of the Iron Fang's influence. In other
Okay.
words, how far they have spread.
Yeah, I'll post a picture of like the nation that we're in our Discord real quick. I don't know where Phandalin sets in this kind of thing. Maybe more south. I mean, there's a couple of rivers, so. But yeah, pretty cool. There's a lot of neat things, and if you guys ever get a chance, by the way, too, I know Pathfinder puts out like a Gazetteer, Gazetteer.
Yeah,
It
gazetteer. I guess.
yeah, they put out Gazetteer. Yeah, they put out like an information and like in their like world guide that covers like all the areas and like it gives you some brief information about like the cities and stuff. I highly encourage you guys to go read that because there's some pretty cool stuff. I mean, at least about the area that we're in because you'll learn some interesting things and maybe pick some stuff out about your characters. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah. I've got some stuff I'll add to Discord after the game. Maybe not tonight, but this week about the Nesmian Plains and kind of where you are in the world. Okay.
I've got my character in game now, so
Woo!
I don't
Yay.
think it has updated everything. I've gone up 1 hit point and
Mm,
one armor class with a
Your hit points
shield
should have
now
gone up by
attached,
way
and I
more.
don't have one.
yeah, your hit point should be 20, I think is what I said earlier when I did my copy of your character.
And my AC is wrong as well because of it's added a shield on.
20. Yeah, you might just have to let me take a look. I saw that before when I helped get your guys started. Let me take a quick look. Mm,
And where's the storyline? Is that in here or is it in Discord?
I'm gonna drop some uh, things that I have access to in Discord, but I think what Arcane was mentioning was just like a Google search in general for Pathfinder Nesmian Plains or Numeria will get you some
Numeria.
insight.
Yeah. The name's there. I posted it in the meme channel. You can look and see that this is like the nation, like the land that this campaign takes place. And you can you can Google it. It might be on some kind of general Pathfinder website. You might be able to, just Google and look up some information about this general land. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of really neat stuff.
Yep, cool.
Also, I don't know if it matters because, the question I do have is this campaign is going to stick in this general area, correct? Like, there's no plans on detours to go to other places. Maybe I don't know how
Um,
much you know, Gary. So I don't. I
oh,
just thought I'd ask.
no, I know. I've got all the books planned out. Um, this I will say this. Book one has 4 parts to it. Most of them have 4 parts. I just wanted to check. Um, part two is the Fangwood Forest. Part three is going to be some other location.
With that in mind, how on the rails are we? Like I have no like disagreements with rails. I'm just wondering how
Oh,
much.
those rails. You're talking about uh, the train. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
es-
if you.
especially like
Mhm.
later on, because like eventually I'm going to be able to. You said this is like what level is this campaign going to conclude at for us? It's like 20, right?
17 or yeah, it's really
17. Yeah,
right
it's
up
up
there.
there
Yeah.
because of eventually I'll get access to like teleportation magic. So, I mean, and I'm not from here. Like, I'm from Absalom, which for those of you who don't know, it's the city at the center of the world. It's like the biggest city in like the entirety of the world or whatever. I was planning on some point for like personal, like plot character reasons to go back there at some point. So, is that a thing we can do?
The yeah, how much railroading? I would say this, guys. The if we rode the train, okay, straight through this book, it's 6 books, guys. Each of which has like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 parts to it, from level
Yep.
1 to level 17. Like Nessa was saying here recently, if we continue at this pace, it's going to take us X many years to finish this campaign. That's my
Yep.
concern, is if we start getting too far off and deviating too far off for extended amounts of time, we have to come back and get back on board to mow through the story. Um, I,
You're
that's my
basically asking us what amount of freedom do we want?
yeah. What kind of game do y'all want to play? Like, if if we went somewhere else, how do we get there? How do we avoid? It's complicated. What to do that?
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but it is extremely complicated with this invasion going on.
And like I'm sure there's like some story reasons like in place about everything, as I'm sure Pathfinder does because they're
Yeah,
very good at writing their campaign modules.
right.
Um, but like for instance, like for me, like this is just like my personal like thing is like what's stopping us from being like coming out to like the woods and being like, hey, let's go to the nearest city. And I have no idea like what the central command and government system in this area is like. It
Hmm.
seems very frontier esque.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, let's go to like the nearest people with an army and be like, hey, this is happening. Like, we have to tell you about this so you can stop it. Don't look at us or just some average Joe schmo that just survived. How about you take care of this problem and not us? Because,
Right.
we're just people.
Right. Here would be I will share this with you. Here's the problem with that. It's a logistic problem. The nearest town, uh, and I've just posted a map for the southern Nermathus and the Iron Fang territories. Obviously, Phandar has been overrun and controlled, but there are two other locations, one north and one south of Phandar. The closest town would be Long Shadow. And to get there, if I can go back to the map here that you guys are currently on, there we go. That is this direction, uh, by the river, completely exposed and hundreds of miles
Far
away.
too.
It is very
Yeah,
far.
hundreds of miles.
Now, here's
It'll take us
something
months
else
to
that
get there.
I forgot to talk about that you saw. You guys made it across the bridge, but a small army approached the bridge and watched as you went into the forest. They shot arrows at you. It was a very dramatic cinematic escape. Right after the cool explosion, then the bad guys uh, not deployed but assembled, right, and started seeing just how close they can get to you um, before you got out of range. And you see the what's it called? The were not a were bear, bugbear. The bugbear in charge, and he immediately starts shouting orders, and you see two groups break off, one going north and one going south. So the
Mhm.
problem is at some point they're going to find a place to cross over, and they're going to come right
Across the
back to
river,
this
yeah.
location, and they would run you down before you got anywhere.
Yeah.
So
See,
your
yeah. See, that.
best path of escape is to find something uh, through in the Fangwood Forest.
Yep. See, that was my next question is like, like, oh, let's go and let's set up camp and we're just going to be de-dunking around the forest for a while. But like, obviously, at some point, I mean, they're here to not burn our villages and crops, but quite literally to kill our people, and that seems to be their goal. So like, what's they're going to come after us eventually? Like, that's just a given.
Yes.
Um, okay. All right. So I guess I guess let's find these rangers or whatever. More people is better. I think that's like obviously like the first thing we should probably do is like we need to tell somebody about this. We need to go somewhere with other people, somewhere it might be somewhat relatively safe.
Yeah, finding colleagues,
Ugh.
finding a place that's safe for the survivors. Like, that's exactly right. That's going to be paramount. And by the way, this is probably all discussed over that first night's campfire with Auburn, who would know the most about all this. So she lays out
Right,
all of
yeah.
these plans. She's like, I understand. I would want to go do help too, but here's what's going to happen. Here's the reason why we're doing this, and this is why this is our best um,
Right.
choice, best path.
This is, yeah, this is good. I need to. Yeah, this is like this campaign's written really well. This is fun because
Yeah.
it's like, oh hey, by the way, like you guys aren't just worried about yourselves. You have all these people you have to take into consideration, and
Yeah.
oh
And the
okay,
big
yeah.
hook, I mean, the thing that got me, so when I got into this, believe it or not, I found books one, two, and three at a half price bookstore. I was like, are you kidding me? And I read the main event, the inciting incident. It's called The Fangs Are Bared. And I thought, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. You mean you start the campaign by running away? That is so nuts. How am I going to convince the players to do that? They're going to want revenge. They're going to want blood. They're going to want to chase after and kill the hobgoblins right now at episode one. But that's how it's set up. It's such a different vibe than, a typical campaign.
Anyway, I'd like to go back to the village and kill all these hobgoblins,
Yeah,
please.
there's no way. They outnumber you
Damn it.
100-1. And
It's well, it's yeah, it's so much fun because I mean, if you read, if you get a chance, I mean, I don't know if we're planning on playing more Pathfinder campaigns in the future. I hope we do because they're great. If we could throw in some votes, I would urge everybody to like get into and like learn a little bit about Wrath of the Righteous. For me personally, that campaign starts out kind of similar to this one, where you're like in a city and then you're like life's good, you're enjoying a festival, then it just gets attacked by fucking demons. And it's like, oh yeah, you're like fallen to like the catacombs under the city, and you're like insanely fucked up, and you're trying to like get these people that survived through all the rubble falling and the fall itself. And yeah, it's epic. Like there's like a dragon fighting a demon. Like it's crazy. It's really really good. But yeah, Pathfinder, like it doesn't surprise me. Like this is typical of them. Like
yeah, they're
such
very well
good
written.
writing.
Exactly. Yeah.
What season are we in? Are we in spring?
Yeah, what time of year is it?
I'm gonna say fall harvest. 'Cause we've talking about like harvesting the crops and reap, and so I think it's fall.
We don't got too
Another
long until
question.
winter comes then.
This I mean, excuse me. This is probably I could probably go back through the handouts and look. But what was the festival that was being celebrated? Was it the Harvest Festival?
Yeah, that's right. Reap.
Okay,
What do they call it? I mean, I might
the
have changed.
reaping.
I know I've referred to it as the Reap Time Festival. Um,
Yeah,
it's
reaping. Just like in you know what is it?
mm,
Hunger
mm,
Games. The reaping.
oh, well, that's not what I was pulling from, but yes, you're not wrong.
The Reaper.
His name's
Good.
Chin. Fucking
I told you, he's mine. Don't even Ben. Look away. Don't even look. That one's mine. Dibs. Called it.
They
You
call it
kidding me? I got to be a bitchy.
the Market Festival, but I renamed it to the Reap Time Festival.
I like it. But yeah, it's the harvest, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
so I'm
Harvest
assuming
Festival.
fall.
That's right. Yeah, because the word reap has, obviously the double meaning and what all the birds and all the other um, shadowy things that I've added into it.
The fact that everyone's dead.
The foreshadowing.
And that's
Yeah,
when we catch up with Bill and Ted.
that's right.
Going dead. Oh, that's good. Good.
no role play aspects of sitting in this forest now with all of us around the fire and dealing with all the death we've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know if your characters have seen a lot of death. Eden's not really too shocked by that. But yeah,
Yeah, we're around the
what's the
fire on the
fire
first
talk like?
night. We've talked about all this strategy and what our next steps are. But what are you guys talking about? That's a great. Let's spend some time there. That's a good idea, Eden.
'Cause it's Eden's definitely absorbed in his letter that he had, and you see there's a lot of like anguish, I guess, but it's subtle.
You actually coincidentally or fate or whatever you want to call it, the place where that you guys set up for camp, as you're getting set down and spread out and um, organized, you see a drop, a symbol in the
Ooh.
trees around you that there is a drop nearby.
I'll I'll excuse myself from everyone, and I'll go look for the package.
Okay. Insight roll or perception, either one, because these are never just like right where they are. It's a symbol, and then there's a code, and then you still have to walk around and actually find it. Yeah.
I'm gonna use a hero point on that
Why
for an
not?
18.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay. Um,
I'm not
so
fucking up my
You're too
core
busy.
story shit.
right.
You're
It's
too
the
busy thinking about Hunter. How
uh,
daddy made you. He's like, boy.
yeah. So this one you decode it. It's nowhere near this tree. It's one of those codes that like sends you, 50 feet this direction, 20 feet to the right, and then 3 trees back, and then but you find it. This one is empty, which tells you that you are supposed to put something in it that is to be picked up later. And you can probably connect the dots and know what you would need to put in there, right? Or do you need me to IM you?
I
Dead
think I
bodies.
know what I should add.
Yeah, let me
It's
just send you a
the
quick
pamphlets,
IM.
right?
Status.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a quick little status report of what's
Yep.
going on.
hmm And then give me. I think this would be a will
Sorry,
save.
wrong play.
A what save?
A will save.
I'm expertly trained in
Oh
this.
wow, definitely. So as soon as you kind of tie it back up or clamp it, put it back where it was or whatever, sooner than turn around to maybe climb back down the tree or whatever, but a whippoorwill or a crow, I think, uh, caws um, flies right past your head, picks it up and flies off like trained to wait. Was this crow? You drop something off and he hits it. Normal. Anybody else that would have scared the bejesus out of, because it's just all quiet in the woods. There's some crickets and stuff happening, but then out of nowhere, caw, 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 and then pew, pew, he picks the thing up and flies off into the night.
Feeling, yeah, a little bit of satisfaction because he got most of the targets.
hmm
Um, that's good, right? You don't need.
I guess you'll
It's like a
just
B grade.
have to see what
It,
what what comes back.
Man,
You're
you're
one
Yeah,
of
making me
those
really
you're
hard to
one of
trust
those
you.
students that turns something in and then immediately asks the teacher, "What did I get?"
Grade it yet?
is that
Well,
like
usually
the
because I've never
Pathfinder
fucked.
version of FedEx?
Yeah,
The crows are FedEx.
yeah. You
Yeah, that's
immediately put
okay.
in the tracking information. It's like hasn't even been picked up yet. Still being
It hasn't been
processed.
shipped yet, dude. What are you doing? That's so funny.
Good one, Brad.
Ben, this is
Good
making me
one,
really hard to. I want to trust you, like truly, I really do. But this makes me really not trust you.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, if
None
anybody
of
was
this is.
actively watching and paying attention and or curious, you would need to make a roll to see if you even kind of noticed his absence or if it was suspicious to you.
What does Eden wear? You're not naked, right?
No, he's clothed. It's just it's long, flowy stuff. So it's
Is it nice?
because it's not armor. It's clothing. So it's
Yeah. I
like
mean,
linen,
I mean, girl,
tunics, it's cloaks, that kind of stuff.
you don't have to tell me anymore. Do tell. I'm all about the clothes life. Please.
Yeah, he
What are
is.
you wearing? Like, is it nice? Is it
God
Is
no.
it ratty?
It is. If you know the concept of a gray man, it is a gray man. Like nothing
Oh,
stands
okay.
out. Nothing's
Yeah.
too
Gray Man
distracting.
from
It's
Yeah.
like
whatever
Complete.
Dragons, whatever it's called. Fucking Dungeons and
like you're thinking
Dragons.
of Grey
That's not what I'm
Warden
trying to say.
from.
Yeah.
No,
He's
it's just
You're
Nice.
inconspicuous. You're wearing just inconspicuous things, basically. Trying to blend in, like, yeah, okay. I get you. I get you. Okay, yeah, that won't do. No, I'll say I'll notice you. I'm still new, so I'll try to look to see at least if I can. I mean, I don't know if you're important enough for me to like deem like I'm gonna pay attention, but I think in the moment I probably would be trying to suss you all out to see who's like which one of these mercenaries is the best equipped to protect me if things go wrong. So yeah, I would probably be like at least looking out for you, probably.
Okay. So when he gets up to excuse himself, what would set it apart? And Eden, you could help with this from just like a normal, hey, I got to go water the plants for a minute, or something to that effect.
Drain the dragon.
Yeah.
Kind of simple. He's looking at like the tops of trees and he's like looking at bark that like is a little crooked or it's a little broken off and stuff. He said excuse himself. As soon as you stop paying attention, it's kind of obvious that he is looking for something.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Mm,
think that's something that your character could
Jokes on you.
key in on. Give me
Yeah,
a,
jokes on you. I never quit paying.
an insight or perception check.
Insights, perception. Let's see
Mhm.
here. Maybe perception. Okay, that's all right. Can I lie to him about no? Okay. Oh, natural 20.
Mm. You,
That feels good.
yeah, you definitely think like, oh, that's odd.
He's like, I got to get up and drain the dragon. I'm like, he walks away. I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah,
Three people.
you've been watching him like sit there, and then you saw him seem to see and acknowledge something. And he tried to hide it, but you caught it. And then quickly right after that, he gets up to excuse himself. You have a pretty good idea it's not to go use the restroom. You wouldn't know
Hell
anything more than
yeah.
that.
No, that's see, and that puts me at such a like that puts me at such a disadvantage because Sebastian at his core is truly like an attention seeking drama queen. So like I feel like the entire time everyone's like, so what are we planning on doing? And like immediately he's the first one to speak up, like, we should go to the nearest city and talk to the man in charge about an army and blah 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 blah. But also like I feel like I noticed this and it is a little suspicious. So for the first time, probably in his entire life, he's going to be quiet. And I want to get up. I'm going to follow. I want to follow Eden, this tree man that I don't really know, and see like where the fuck is this guy going? What's so important that he can't listen to my fucking
Oh,
story?
you're gonna try to do that sneakily so he doesn't see you?
Oh, let me look at my stuff. Hang on. Survival. You know what? You know what? So like my stuff is only a +2, but I am going to use. I think I'm going to use one of my newfound spells since I used literally no magic during that last session. I'm going to use one of my spells. To that's not true. I think I did it with one, but I have plenty of spell slots, so that's okay. I think I want to use one of my new spells I just got. I don't have it on my sheet. I apologize. I was in the middle of transcribing it. Give me a second. Let me pull it up here so I can just read it off to you. Um, Restyle, and I can permanently change the appearance of one piece of clothing worn by you or an ally to better fit your aesthetic sensibilities. So basically, what I want to do is like I'm gonna take like my like beautiful like long flowy overcoat. Actually, I'm wearing a cloak. Like I'm wearing like a wool cloak, and I want to like change it to where it's like I don't know, like it blends in with like a tree or like the bushes, like a pattern. And like I want to come in and I want to like like spy on him basically, like and try to use my patterned clothing to blend into the environment around me.
Make something like a
So I
ghillie
guess that would be
suit.
a spell. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, but just using like basically like a pattern you'd find at the fabric store to like blend in. So it's probably not the best thing, but it works.
Okay.
It's
Give.
funny you should say that because today I was on Facebook and China has made an invisibility cloak a real invisibility cloak.
Ah, the Chinese.
Man,
God, they're so smart.
I
theoretically,
think
it could be
Sebastian
done
makes one of those.
with cameras and displays. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool. All
Yeah,
right.
but it was like a sheet.
Give me a stealth. Okay, even with advantage
Okay.
and situational bonuses, that's not going to cut it. So,
Okay.
how
Okay.
does that
Okay. Hang
look?
on. Hang on. Hang on. I might.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do a
I
thing.
might use a hero point. I might use a hero point. I'm considering it. I have one. You know what? Fuck it. I'm selfish. I'm spending one of my hero points, and I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Give Papa a new pair. Ah,
Wow.
21.
Okay. Excellent. Um, so you make a pretty great, for all intents and purposes, a ghillie suit to blend in, and your stealth skill was pretty good. Eden, give me an opposing perception check to to see if you notice that you're being followed.
Very perceptive.
Mm,
Yeah.
Bullshit.
that's not gonna do it. Okay,
Not
so
perceptive enough,
I'm gonna
baby.
step away from you two for just a second. Eden goes into the woods. Sebastian follows, unseen. However, you do step up in the middle of this meeting and excuse yourself right after Eden excused himself. And Auburn is like, "Okay, yeah, perhaps now's a good time to stop. Could one of you help me? I think it's time to redress my wounds." And she kind of swoons a little bit, and you can see that she's been holding it back, but she is still in a lot of pain. And due to the briskness and the harshness of the journey just to get here so quickly, the wound has reopened. So I need someone else other than those two to play and help Aubrey.
I'll do my field medic stuff where I do all
I
the
am
experiments.
proficient in medicine if that helps. Sorry.
Okay. So one of you could do it, the other could aid. I just need to know who's taking the lead.
Well,
Brad, you
I'll
want to
let.
do it?
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Let me get that up here so I can see what that roll is gonna. Ugh, that ran out of stuff quick. Okay. So this is going to be um, first aid for now, but just so you guys know, she's gonna need like long-term care. These are all been like triage, um, band-aid things, but she's gonna need some long-term care. So it's gonna be a DC uh, 15, which okay. So who's rolling? Brad or
A
Boos?
DC 15.
Yeah, a heal, uh, DC, first aid. Um, oh, I think what you're wanting is the skill to roll. Let me.
What's your medicine, Brad?
Um,
Mine's a
0.
7 if that works.
Yeah, medicine.
Mine's a 0.
Okay. So
I better
maybe
be helping you, I think.
Boos leads and you aid. So Boos roll medicine and we'll give you a +2 situational bonus. Okay, great. You redress the wounds. Maybe do a quick little stitch here or there to kind of reclose things. It's successful. She's dressed, like you dress the wound, and she's good for now.
Thanks, Des. I needed the lesson.
Yeah.
Anytime. Yeah.
So now that takes time. Okay. You probably spend 10, 15 minutes doing that. In the meantime, Vane is sitting very quiet, but he has found a little tree to sit at the bottom of with his back up against it, and he's kind of looking over y'all's way like, oh man, holding his belly. He probably needs some attention too. Uh, Karina, Nessa, anybody, um, if you guys are still with us, it's been a while since I've heard y'all. If y'all want to do something,
I don't know that Fallon has a lot of medical experience, but she'll give it a go.
all right.
That's something that Well, did you want me to roll?
Medicine, it's a medicine skill. Okay, yeah,
Decent enough.
that passes. All right. So he has also redressed his wounds or his bandages, and he is also good for the rest of the evening. Excellent. All right. So now we'll kick back over to Arcane and Eden. And honestly, why don't you guys just kind of role play this out together? Um, Eden, I've already kind of set the parameters of what happens while you're out. Um, what
Yeah,
does he see?
he'll be going from tree to tree. He'll reach into one of his like coat pockets or just like a bag to pull out the decoder, and then go from there onto the next one until he eventually makes it to the drop point. And as he scales up the tree, you'll probably see him sitting there on a branch looking as he pulls out this box. He'll write on some paper pretty extensively, like probably at least a sheet or two because it's has to be pretty detailed. Slides it back in, and then the crow calls and flies off.
And let me ask you this, both of y'all. Do you think that this is the moment that you are aware of each other?
Hmm. I am going to stay hidden until he's like done doing whatever it is that he's doing. And then as soon as he like goes to like get down or start heading back towards the camp, I'm going to like confront him.
Okay.
As soon as
Oh,
the crow
so
flies off
you
and I start
so
climbing
you're going
down.
to confront him before either way before y'all get back to camp.
Yes.
Okay. Give let's see. Let me do this. Ben, give me a secret DM roll for perception, please.
I think I can do that. I think I just press this thingy here, and then I go over here, and I'll press that, and yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. All right. So based on that, you would know if you saw him or not. I'll just leave it at that. All right. And then Sebastian, you see him basically undo everything and head back to camp. Does that sound right, Eden?
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts climbing down. He seems like he has a, as much as you can read the roots, it seems content.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
He's a plant person. Um, all right.
Oh,
So
Plant people.
when do you like? Let's skip to the part
Like
where you
as
make
soon
yourself
as
known.
as soon as he like climbs down and he turns around to like start heading back towards camp, like I'm standing there just staring at him.
Okay, very good. Let's play that moment. What do you say?
There's like a little jump. It's like, what the? you, you surprised me.
Sneaking off to do whatever it is you were just doing, are we?
I'm surprised you decided to go all this way. Yeah, I
That's
had something
true.
to send off for the guild.
Yes. Well, you don't get to be the third place runner up position in the Arcane Academy by not paying attention to your surroundings. I watched you slink off. I watched you pass notes or whatever it was you were doing. And I'd reckon to know that your friends probably don't know that you're doing that, as you need the privacy, and you didn't even bother to tell them you were leaving, really.
They know. Yeah, probably not. I don't think they would have asked too much. If things aren't asked, they're not needed.
Sounds pretty evasive. So what are you doing out here all by yourself, Mr. And I lean in because I literally have no idea what your name is. Probably don't care, but go ahead.
Yeah, he'll respond just with Eden. There's no flutter, there's no feeling of him lying or anything. He's been pretty upfront so far. Yeah, Eden. We were kind of rushed before, so we didn't really get much of those introductions. But this is a part of what I do. I find drops from the guild, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it's irrelevant, but every time I have to report back.
He narrows his eyes at you and he says, Guild? And what guild are you a member of, Mr. Eden?
Bastard. Interestingly enough, they're pretty open about what they are. And they have quite a reputation. As he leans in, so even if there were other prying eyes, he would also very have an idea of what this guild is. They're the Mantis Guild.
Okay, out of the character, the Mantis Guild, the Red Mantis Guild.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay,
So
that changes fucking everything.
your rich
Okay.
and title people is kind of half of my targets.
Yeah. I know you. I know your work. Big fan. Holy shit, that is fucking amazing. Okay. You say that, and his eyebrows raise for a millisecond, and then he stares at you, and then a slow grin appears over his face and goes, That's absolutely wonderful. You see, that's great. Oh, goodness. Honestly, I feared I was worried I was wandering through these woods with this Neanderthals and barbarians and shopkeepers and the like. You absolutely, you know what you're doing, don't you? You are a cold-blooded killer. Yes, this is good. So, I'll be frank with you, sir. I'm looking, and I'm desperate. I shouldn't probably tell you that, but I'm out here alone, and I need protection. And then, honestly, at first, I was going to blackmail you with this information of sneaking off and watching you tail secret messages and spin a wild tale about you being a spy for the enemy. But this works so much better. What are your rates? Because I will pay handsomely, and I don't know if you can tell, I just heard my very fancy clothing. I can definitely afford you.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Eden doesn't know his rates because he just goes through a handler, so he doesn't really know what he gets paid.
Well, you can charge whatever you want.
You could just say money right now, and y'all guys can work it out later.
It's fine.
Yeah, sure. Ambiguous money.
Yes.
That's great. I have no
bag with a $sign on it worth of money.
Great. Wonderful. I have no intention of giving that to you. Wonderful. I agree upon this agreed sum. And more or less, my thing is hey, I know you work with this team of people, but now that I know what you are, I know that you're just a fucking hired thug, and I'm going to give you money to protect me. So, as I am your new liege lord, and your new mission is to make sure I don't die and to kill whatever's in the way until I can find some kind of settlement and civilization that I can step off at. and abandon these freaking wood living Neanderthals.
So charming.
I think for the most part, that's you wouldn't be his normal clientele because he is more that Robin Hood, kill, like, eat the rich, deal with like slavers and stuff. But if you have the money,
I mean, I say I do.
Hmm.
I mean, I look the part. I seem rich, so yeah. And like, I was thinking about asking everybody else, and I kind of want to tempt that into you. Like, here's the deal. Like, I know your people are mercenaries. Your group is a mercenary, and I was planning on hiring all of you, but you seem to be the most well versed. Now that I know what I know, how about you just strictly work for me, and then you get to keep all the monies instead of having to split it up amongst everyone else?
Hmm.
You're my
I'm
ace in
just
the
gonna-
hole.
I still kind of feel like Eden would still hand out the money because he
Yeah, and
does not
and
care.
if I may
Well,
interject, maybe on Eden's behalf, it should be
Mhm.
with the expectation that, mum's the word. This would have to be very hush hush
yeah,
between the two of you, and it's not
or
something that you would
oh yeah,
ever call out or make
no,
demands of him in the middle of combat. Hey Ward,
of course,
go
oh, of course.
protect me, or some, it would give it away.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah, of course. No, 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 no. As I know what you are, and I know that discretion is key. So, I mean, that would be up to your own personal discretion. Like, oh no, I just saved Sebastian just because he happened to be the closest person, or
Right.
no, the child was going to die anyways. There's no reason why we both had to die, so I saved the one that was obviously going to live. Just all the good things that you can think of to make
Yeah.
excuses on the spot and make sure you prioritize my life over everyone else's.
Right.
Not
Just like that
selfish.
for Chin.
I stepped over
Chin's
the
gonna die
child to
so
save
quickly.
him because he can protect us better
Right.
than the child can.
Correct. We use the chunky child as a shield. You see, that's why I took the biggest one. It's a bigger target.
That's fine.
Rich people tend to be chubbier.
Yeah, I'm not
Yep.
thick.
Yep.
I look good. Good. And like, also, I haven't really described. I mean, besides the thing with like Sebastian looks like, besides dressing really nice, he has like a 5 o'clock shadow because he hasn't shaved in a few days. He wears glasses. He's got like some like long elven ears, but like the rest of his appearance is like very human. So that's kind of weird and maybe might stand out to you. But yeah, besides being all regal and obviously now very magical, you probably don't know much about him at all. He hasn't really told you. Besides, you're like, "Oh, I'm Eden." He's like, "Oh, great, I don't care. Here, freaking take my money."
Everything can be paid, and you can succeed in life with just money. I'm sure. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, and like as well as like the amount to be like determined. Like yeah, it's like also by the way, you'll get paid to be determined. Whenever we get to wherever it is we're going, is when you'll get your money.
But I'm totally good for it. Don't worry.
Well, obviously, look at me. I'm so
My
rich.
father has
I'm
money.
he does actually. I mean, very true. And like, I'll tell you. Hang on a second. I have to pull up my sheet real fast because I will tell you personally that my name is I have a title. I'm Count Sebastian William Acton Ogden de la Cruz de Villaran, and I am from Absalom, which is like a big, fancy, and like the best city ever, basically. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe you can do a society roll to see if like that name or whatever has any role or has any weight. But essentially, yeah, I tell you, like my parents are like Duke and Duchess. Like they have money, they're important. So even if I can't deliver, they definitely will. I'm married, my wife and I have an estate. Also, money. You can ask anybody from the area that might know us; they can vouch for our money.
I am now super curious how you ended up here in this group.
Oh, it's such a good story. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you won't. Who knows?
Save it for story time around the campfire because the way Gary is playing this campaign, I'm very certain that's what's going to happen at some point.
You got it. Campfire stories.
Yeah. God,
won't be
you think I'm
dying
gonna
anymore,
stand around a
boys.
campfire? You really don't know me.
To praise the fabric.
Yeah,
Teaches the
I mean, like,
praise.
I'm not gonna make my silk smell like smoke. No thanks.
I'm gonna need some kind of
Um,
trademark from you, Arcane. Something in the lines of snitches get stitches, but make it appropriate to what you do, where you create clothes. Something else to do stitches or something.
Oh, like a company's like a company slogan.
Or his slogan, like something
Oh
that
yeah,
ties in
okay,
stitches.
yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. I'll start researching immediately.
yeah, Eden's gonna tap you on your shoulder as he walks by. He'll say as he's walking off, I welcome to the tree life. As you see,
The
there is a
second,
bunch of mud and fucking leaves, and everything that's fallen off these trees is now slightly covering you, and there's like bugs everywhere.
yeah, the second you walk away and you like turn away towards me, I narrow my eyes at you. I don't want you to see this, and like I cast prestidigitation on my clothes and clean them immediately, and I just narrow my eyes, shake my head, and like fucking assassins. And I follow you back. And then yeah, I make it to where like I don't know, like when we're walking back into camp together, and I'm like, and that's when she said that the hat was actually purple. Ha ha ha! And I'm like laughing, like I'm in the middle of telling a story with you. Like we were just off hanging out, taking a piss together, and became best friends.
Me and Sabby, we actually piss together now.
Yeah, that's like freaking
No,
bonding.
but yeah, he'll take a seat and he'll see that everyone else is getting tended to and triaged, and he'll go and start researching his grimoire.
Your party has a new name, by the way. You are now known
Finger
as
blaster.
the Phandar Fugitives.
Fandar,
Oh,
Phandar.
fugitives.
Phandar, yeah, the city that we just fleed
yeah.
from.
Well, city air quotes.
Who's trying to arrest
So
us?
And like the people that dub us fugitives, like I don't recognize their authority, so I don't accept that title. But okay. Ooh, that's interesting, actually. Um, quick question: does anybody have a tent? Did anybody buy one in your adventuring gear?
Mm.
I've got a survival kit.
I think I took one. I just want to see if anyone else took a tent, just in
I
case I
think one of
didn't.
my spells is a tent too.
Oh, is it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Have-
That's okay. I I, I'm not gonna lie. Like I looked to see if I could find some kind of like temporary shelter spell, and I couldn't find one. But if you have one, do let me know. I'm interested.
So, if you don't have one, I need to know because you will need to build a shelter. And that's a DC craft or survival check. And that will determine how well you sleep and how you start the next day.
A question about that, real quick. Yeah, tell me to shut up, guys, if I'm like taking up too much question time. Uh, so did we dictate last time whether or not like crafting, like for instance, I'm proficient in crafting, just general. But like I'm more heavily tiered towards a certain specialization of crafting. Can I still use like just the crafting role, or because like my crafting is like specialized to a certain thing, it wouldn't apply in that area? I wouldn't
Right,
be able to use it.
right. So, yeah, that's a good question. Um, and it's going to come up often, right? Because you have these skills that you start with that are generic, okay? But then, because of choices you make, you may get something specific. So you may be generally good at crafting, but excellent at crafting clothing. All right. So if you were crafting clothing, you would get the bonus for that. But if you were trying to craft a shelter, then it's just the standard generic crafting.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, holy shit, I'm really good at that then.
Like, for example, my second level thing that I took was crafting speciality. I haven't picked a speciality yet. But I
Right.
was going to
Yeah,
put it towards bomb making.
I was.
Bomb
Yeah,
making,
I
right?
was
Yeah.
tempted to take that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it what counted towards that. Okay. Interest. Well, and hang on, because let me pull up my app.
And that reminds me,
Because
based on some of the actions you guys did in the first level, I wanted to add a little extra bonus for you guys when you leveled up. Um, Brad, because you fought the fire and you got that special badge achievement that I posted in Discord for uh,
Being
firefighting,
a farmer.
basically, I want you to add a special skill, a specialized skill to fight fire, and you can give that, you can associate that with your dexterity modifier and add a +2. So you're, I guess that would be proficient with it. Or, sorry, trained. I'm using the wrong language. Trained.
Yeah. So real quick, that you brought that up because it made me go into my own background to look at it. So for my background, I took artisan, and that's the reason. Like it says, I'm practicing a particular form of building or crafting. So I okay, yeah, I didn't know if that still meant like for like flavor purposes, if like that meant that all of my crafting and stuff was like I could still like build shelters and whatnot with a general crafting rule.
Artisan, right? So that's when I think, give
Yeah,
me some examples of artisan. I'm thinking crafty stuff like clothes, for
yeah,
example.
I'll read the description for you real quick. As an apprentice, you practice a particular form of building or crafting, developing a specialized skill. You might have been a blacksmith apprentice toiling over the forge for countless hours, or a young tailor sewing garments of all kinds, or a shipwright shaping the hulls of ships. And then it just, yeah, then it goes in. You
Yeah.
can choose to ability boost. Yeah,
That sounds pretty specific for
I'm
your
a tailor.
character to do because you've chosen the clothing. Even though, like,
Mhm.
realistically, it doesn't seem like a long stretch between making clothes and making a shelter, but it's more than just sewing a long piece of fabric together. That's what's at the base
Right.
of
Yeah.
this basic crafting skill. That,
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm just wondering.
yeah, that's a good question.
Row, help me. Help me, Row. You have the hands of a toiler. You can help me build a shelter.
So, to anyone that does not
Oh, fuck.
have a tent in their inventory, you need to give me a craft or survival check to see how well you build your shelter for the night.
I have
Hell
a
yeah.
tent and a bedroll, and
If you have a
what
tent,
else
you
do I
don't
have?
even need to roll.
I
You
do
have a
not.
tent? The fuck? Give your master your tent. Be a
Other
gentleman.
way around.
Okay.
I mean,
Give
you
me
can
your
sleep
tent.
in my tent if you want.
Dasani,
Will you be
you build a
sleeping later
sufficient
without me?
shelter. Fallon, you build a sufficient shelter. Row, what are you repairing?
I also.
That was an oops. I'm gonna keep the trees around me so that the leaves. No, I'm just kidding. You said you needed a
Craft or survival?
Hell yeah. 24, dude. My shelter has like the Bellagio fountain. So high. Oh, never mind.
But Rose
Freaking
is
Rose
just a
better,
little bit
of
better.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks over at you and like you're
Hers.
putting on some like copper flashing pretty stuff and she comes out with
Yeah.
some gold finishes. It's like, oh, you went
Oh,
with the copper, huh?
I'm hanging satin curtains, and she like freaking like dabs on me by hanging up silk ones, and I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
compete with that. That's just too much. That's just so good.
Hers has a built-in coffee machine.
Mm,
Ooh, speaking of coffee machines, you get a boon, guys. I almost forgot. You find something.
for giving me coffee.
You find something. Um, I think I originally had this like Auburn had it from her past, but she wasn't using it anymore, and maybe she forgot what it did. But I think what I'm gonna do is you actually just like come upon it and you find it in the road. So
Oh,
let's role play that scene a little bit. Ah,
I was
okay.
hoping she'd just give it to me. She gave me her most sacred item,
No,
but
she
it's
already
okay.
gave
Keep
you,
keep
yeah,
the
she gave you that thing.
keep the coffee machine.
So
That's fine. I don't want it.
anybody else finds a backpack in the road, and I'm going to hand wave some of this because of the time. It's putting off an aura. You notice that it's magical. It's not trapped. You grab it, and you are able to identify it as Bernard's Bountiful Backpack. Bernard's Bountiful
She's like,
Backpack is basically a bag of holding, a 64 cubic feet, 500 pounds, auto organized, with a few magical exceptions and additions. When you pick it up, it has 3 items in it right now. And um, everybody but Ben and Atreus give me a straight D20. Oh, Fallon's already called dibs. Let's do a straight D20 to see who stumbled upon it first.
Do we still have to roll that even if I call dibs?
um,
Aw.
oh,
But I called
no,
dibs.
because you guys have been calling dibs all night. Yeah, I didn't read that until after I was already talking. So,
Aw.
Fallon, this is yours. Give me another D20 roll. Actually, 3 of them. Rerolling for any repeats.
How do you do that again?
You click on the die.
1d20 times 3 or
Yeah, and then click on the 3 in the D20 column.
oh, I was trying to type it out. Yeah, that works
Oh,
faster.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, I don't always remember that way. There we go. 16, 12, and 5. Okay.
Ah,
Um, you can write these down, or I'm going to share the whole thing with you. But what's in the bag right now is a deck of playing cards. And I'm just going to tell all of you right now, no, it's not that deck of cards. This is a rigged deck.
good, because I have
Could be.
PTSD. I don't want to
Yeah,
deal with that tech.
it is way too early
Fallon
in
could be
this
intrigued by it, but
in this
I don't like it.
in this campaign for the many things. No, but this is a rigged deck. You figure it out pretty quickly that it's rigged, and so if you're playing a game, you will always win if you're playing against another mortal. There is a compass. Ooh, this is a fun one. I like this one. When you pick it up, it spins around violently, and then it settles pointing back, not towards north, but back towards Phandar. And you're like, well, that's not north. You shake it and you kind of turn it around, and it says on the back, danger. So this is a trouble compass. It points to the nearest danger.
Excellent. We can find it.
Oh, wow. The last one is a a tent um, that always stays dry. However, It's
It's
Nice.
it's
straight up one.
it's sentient, and it grumbles about the weather.
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with that.
Give me my best friend tint. The most
Okay,
me item that ever existed.
so this resets at dawn, Fallon. Every day you can re-roll. There's no repeats until your bag is full of all of these items one time, and at that point it doesn't generate anymore, um, unless
So,
that's
so
it.
like theoretically, if there's like a list of like 20 things
There is a
that she could
list.
potentially roll,
Yes.
every day I can randomly roll and
Yes.
see which 3 things I get. And then
Yep.
once I have all 20, they're just in the bag and I have them.
You got it.
Nice.
Interesting. I like it.
It
That's
is.
awesome.
Dang, where are you? Why can't I share this with you? Ah, there you are. Okay, you should be able to see it and have access to it now.
like a reverse bag of holding.
Doesn't reverse bag holding have everything in it already? And like, wouldn't that be like Mary Poppins bag? Like, I can pull anything I want out of the bag instead of like I can put anything I want into it.
It's like
Well,
a
you pulled out 3 things.
yeah. It's like a deck of many things, but it's a bag.
Let's see if I have any other goodies for you.
Also, Sebastian, I found a backpack that I can pull out certain magical things every day. And I pulled out the 3 magical things for today.
That's beautiful. I'm only slightly jealous. I have a blinking cup. Trade you.
That lets you go back in
I have
time.
a tent that is sentient and grumbles about the weather.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like we're fast friends already.
Well, Fallon, I only have a tent that has AC and a coffee maker. I'm so jealous.
It only has like silk curtains and a rococo fountain. It doesn't talk
like
or complain about the
Like that.
weather and that it's getting wet.
I
it's
would
it's
love
like that. It's like that meme from like We're the Millers, where it's like you guys are getting this much money, and like at the bottom, like Sebastian's like, you guys have tens.
So, so looking back behind us on all of the games leading up to this point, this is why I've been like encouraging and pushing so hard to get everything about your character known and down and functioning and working on the sheets, because now you're about to just inherit a whole bunch more characters. And I don't want that to be as overwhelming as it may sound. But yeah, you guys have a bit of homework.
I'm just gonna take all the guards, and they're all gonna die immediately. Light work for me. I'm just gonna take all the kids and make them do guard duty.
Mines. This is nearest mines on this map.
Mines.
The white lines?
Is it first blade? No, the mines.
Oh,
I
mines.
guess
Mines.
they yearn for them.
Like some dwarven shit.
You're asking
You
where
want
are
dwarves?
they?
I was just going to use children.
Oh,
Yeah, you just gonna know that? I'm like, if that's the case, Gary, I want to know the nearest like clothing store.
yeah. If you guys go 2 hexes in and 3 hexes up, you'll find Zelda and
Is the
the
master
lake,
sword there?
the fairy lake that
Oh,
heals
he's
all
a
your wounds.
Oh, I didn't know you were being facetious. I'm like, oh, Zelda, yes, and her Ocarina of Time.
Her Macarena
Classic. Okay.
of time.
Man, yeah, whichever works.
Ocarina.
I don't care. I'll hire her too. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Dan, why'd you want to
leery.
know about mine?
Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking about like
Because we have children.
character stuff around the campfire. Because I'm hesitant to
Also
start
Aiden, why
because
do you
monkeys.
care about
if we start tomorrow,
why you like
like
to
what
do
happens the day one, then we have to start counting provisions, and I don't want to do that tonight until you guys have had a chance to
Yeah.
thoroughly
Let's,
read all this stuff.
yeah. You guys want to have some nice, not bitchy banter around the campfire?
Because next week, the first thing we'll do is marching orders for all of the NPCs.
Oh, I'm not ready for that quite yet tonight.
That's good.
No,
That's
exactly.
fine. They can go in the.
Me
I'm-
neither. Let's just stay.
I
Let's
know where I'm
enjoy this
going.
night.
I
You will all be full, like you all get a good night's sleep. There will be no interruptions, but this may be the last night where everybody is safe and secure under a tent and gets a full night's rest with no harmful effects the next day.
I don't like that.
Oh, 14 will do me for a good night's rest.
oh, all right. So like way back in the beginning, you were saying something about like telling stories around the fire.
Hmm.
I actually wrote down a handful in advance just so I wouldn't be caught unassuming.
Yay!
But do you
Me too.
want one of those tonight?
Man, I will let me. I will tell you mechanically how I thought they might be used, and then I will let you decide. Like, if you want to share one tonight, just for fun, we can hold it and apply its bonus later. Let me move you guys back to the tracker. Um, if our morale drops too low, right, that's bad, obviously, but it makes everything more difficult. So if you were to gather everybody around and tell a good story, that might be enough to raise it up a few points. And leading into the next day, that might be something equitable to a situation bonus or, quote unquote inspiration or helping them do a little bit better and feeling a little bit better. So I'm not applying the morale tracker tonight because they're in shock. They just have not had time to process it. But the second night for sure. I mean, if things don't change, the complications are gonna start coming. So if you want to share one tonight, I'm more than happy to hold it and apply it to the second night.
Um, I guess it depends on what you were thinking game wise. Like if we're using it as far as role playing, I have no problem. It's just like, oh, for the fact of like, oh, it's like, hey, I don't know, we're sitting around the fire. What do we do? It's like, hey, Fallon knows a story. She'll just tell a story because that's what this culture does.
Right.
Or if you would rather save it for the concept of tomorrow is I don't know, where people would want the story. Now we've settled into what has happened, and now we're going to need it for, like you're saying, the morale standpoint.
Right. Um, my mind just went completely blank on that. I just grinded gears. Let's save it. I think tonight
I don't know. Yeah,
is like you
I
guys
was
are
gonna say, if
talking
it helps, what I
strategy and
wrote
stuff.
was essentially a long paragraph in and
Hmm.
around 250 to 300 words
Ah,
is the story
okay.
kind
Yep.
of thing.
Let's
So
hold on to that.
I thought
That's
that's what you were asking for.
yes. I'm
So,
for sure asking for that. But let's hold on to it. I don't think
okay.
I want to give it the time it's owed. I don't want it to seem
Okay.
rushed. Yeah.
Nope, all good.
Tonight's more about defragging from everything that's happened in the town up to now.
Okay. And I will keep trying to come up with stories in the meantime. I'm actually annoyed with myself. I only came up with two.
I'm sure they'll be very good stories.
Yes.
To be completely honest, I cheated. Have any of you guys heard of the anime called Princess Tutu?
I don't think so.
Not familiar.
You made that up.
Silly name, but awesome anime. I do recommend it. But basically, every episode starts with this narrator giving like a very shortened, revised version of a fairy tale, that kind of leads into the theme of the episode. And like that's kind of where I was going for feel of the stories was kind of in that vein. And it's just like, oh, Gary would love this.
I like that. To be fair, I was considering, since my character was so posh, like I saw an advertisement the other day for like this software that you can get, that you can like take a recording of your session and you can like post it in it and like upload it to this software, and it'll give you like a narrative, like epic recap of everything that happened last session. I was thinking about that today when I was at work, and I was like, I'm gonna do like one ever, like a recap every session, but to me it's like in the voice of like Lady Whistledown from Bridgerton, how it's just so epic and like
Ooh.
very like posh, and like that's like my whole thing. That's the way I remember everything.
I like the feel of it already. That's cool.
Yeah. You know, there's like a 90% chance it's going to be completely inaccurate and have nothing to do with anything that actually happened, but it's pretty close. Close to Sebastian's heart, anyways, for as much as he's paying attention, which is like not at all.
Embellishment makes for a good story.
Oh, so good. Yeah. I need to upload my new spell. I forgot to do that.
So has the night gone past?
Yeah. Are we officially in downtime, Gary?
Downtime tonight would be a little tricky. We have long-term care that would be needed for Auburn and Vane.
Okay.
We have a lot of lost and scared and crying people that would need to be ministered to, if I could use that word. So yes, you have some downtime activity, but realistically, I think there would be a kind of a limit on the types of things that you could
Okay.
realistically achieve at night. But I will
All right.
entertain your ideas.
No. I'm too tired and traumatized from everything that happened today. I'm not going to
Right.
do anything too crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Somebody mentioned it last game that we have had battle after battle after battle with no rest, which is awesome because I think that is one of the things that D&D gets wrong sometimes, or like us as GMs, um, is that because we only meet once a week, it's really easy to do like an encounter or two or maybe three a night and then get a long rest. And so that everybody's full charge and ready to go next time around. This one has been a bit of a slugfest, and it's a great introduction of what's to come. You guys were talking about stores and spending money. Well, you're heading into a forest, so you may have accrued some gold and some things to trade. Finding places to exchange those is going to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult.
Yeah. It's unlikely that the local squirrels are going to have a couple yards of silk.
That's right.
Well, we will be getting paid quite a bit of money per week. I think it's like 340 or something.
Come again?
Yeah, who would be paying you?
Who's,
Oh,
who's coughing up that fun?
did someone not read the army of tagalongs? They pay us.
Oh, no. Oh, they're paying us. You have my attention.
No, I don't think so. The peasants
Rewards.
largely.
A gift worth up to 10 gold pieces per surviving member of their band.
Survivors
Every week.
alive in the woods. There's no easy tasks. Refugees. Oh, we have to keep them alive for an extended period of time, though. That's over time. You tell me these freaking
Do like a
freeloaders have all this
back.
gold on their person? They're not giving it to us for saving their lives. A bunch of ungrateful monsters.
They don't. The average NPC has what, maybe 1 to 3, maybe 5 gold. But that's a lot. So yeah, but that's a
Yeah,
good point,
yeah.
Aiden. The PCs do, scrap and scrimp and craft together and are able to provide you guys a gift. Um, yeah, up to 10 gold per surviving member of their band. And you're going to need to look that up. I'm not going to give you a chart because I want to leave it open ended. So it would be like whatever you want them to give you as long as it meets that requirement.
Tent. Give me a
Interesting.
fucking house.
And so
How much
for
is the
that,
Tents are
house?
very cheap. I
for
don't
that,
know if I could buy a tent.
How much is the house? How much is the mansion?
yeah, for that
Write that down.
math, let's go back over here for a minute. For that math, let's go back to the tracker. We're going to look at these numbers, right?
360.
And
Yeah, that's
divide them by, the number of our party. And so basically what's happening is the people under you, how many ever that ends up being, they get together and they provide you that item.
Okay. So, like, because we have like 6-ish people each, you're saying we each like basically have like 60 gold to spend on
Well,
X
so
amount of items
there's
or
there's
whatever.
36 people alive. There's 6 of us or 6 players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 for each.
Yeah,
6
six.
survivors
60,
per
Yeah,
person.
that's right. Yeah,
60 gold pieces per week.
yep.
Yeah.
Per
That's kind of what
week
I was coming at.
for surviving
That,
people. There are things in these
yeah, they have to
woods
live.
that will eat you and them.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to live first for a whole week to give us 60
Yeah.
gold. Like
You see this
that's
chart, there
that's
is
like
a there's a category for sick, there's a category for dying, and there is a category for
yeah,
dead.
Well,
that's
they can
like
be sick and dying as long as they're not dead, right?
Well, if they're sick and
So
dying,
just
they're
yeah.
not going to be filling up to going and doing anything. So that would deduct. If,
Yeah.
like, for example, if you have 3 people that are under you and those 3 people are sick, yours is going to be reduced by the 3 people. They can only
What?
sit in
Empty
beds
your pockets, you 6 people.
and throw up or whatever.
What do you need that
They have
gold
to
for?
focus on healing. And you mentioned crunchy and munchy. This is very crunchy,
Airy.
munchy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Pathfinder always is. I like this a lot. This is like trying to think of a game. This is I don't know. This is good. This is like State of Decay. You guys ever play State of Decay? It's like State of Decay. It's super crunchy, munchy, like
it's very good.
very good. Yeah, I agree 100%. It's very crunchy, munchy, which I like. So that's interesting. So it gives us a reason to actually take care of these people instead of ditching them out in the woods and taking all their money. Not that I would do that.
Are there any
Okay.
conversations around the fire this night about anything, any episodes that you guys remember that you thought, man, you remember when we were at, I don't know, the blacksmith? If we had done this that way, or why did you do that? Like, is there any kind of those questions where you're going back and thinking about what what we did, how we did it, and if you have questions for each other? We kind of alluded to kind of getting on the same page as far as strategy goes that y'all might benefit from expressing. Things that worked, perhaps, things that maybe didn't work.
I don't know. Some of it I apologize in advance. Fallon's character sheet, like the magic she can do, I'm still wrapping my head around how the mechanics of it work. So there's probably a bunch of things I could have done better. I just
Mm.
haven't figured it out yet.
So yeah, and I don't want to focus on player issues, but that's a good point. Do you want to set some time, like me and you again, to go back and look at that some more? Would that help, or
I might because as everyone was talking about leveling up, I realized that she has an entire list of feats that I forgot or glanced over. That's just like, oh, she could have been doing this the entire time, separate
Oh,
from her tarot card magic.
damn.
And it's just kind of like, huh, I clearly need to go back and study this more.
Okay.
Could have saved Hunter's life, but that's fine.
Could have saved
Well,
We have
singles of
you
digits
you
of
laugh, but
lives.
there is things that she can do that I didn't realize. Like she's got a counterspell ability that I just was not aware of.
Hey,
She
me
can
too.
summon her magic into a sword. She can
Damn.
either could, or now that we've updated, she can summon a familiar. Um
There we go.
there's a Yeah, she can widen and extend the reach of her spells, depending on the circumstance. I don't know, like there's certain things she can do that's just like, oh, well, if this,
Dude,
she could do some of this the entire time. I
that's
maybe would have played this a little differently.
pretty crazy. I didn't know you're a summoner, right?
So that's the thing I may have also gotten wrong is that I put down summoner, but I think technically she's just tarot master. That is her thing in order to be able to do this magic.
Hey, what like actual class are you? I have blatant curiosity.
The class would be Tarot Master.
Tarot
I believe
master.
it's relatively
Uh,
new to Pathfinder. I know I haven't heard about it
Yeah,
before, but
it's a homebrew thing
homebrew. Okay, then
basically.
never mind.
So like I've got, I don't know if you're interested and you want to read it over, but yeah, basically I have an entire separate sheet that I've been referring to this entire time, trying to
Yeah.
figure out how these
yeah,
mechanics work.
if we had gone over it once before here recently, and when I say I think we spent 2 hours looking at it and talking about it and trying to figure out how it would work. I don't think that's an exaggeration. And
No, because, well, but some of it is like it literally had one paragraph that says your magic works like situation B.
yeah,
And then the paragraph after that said, no, contradictory. It works as situation
yeah,
one is situation A, one is situation B, and they directly contradict each other. And it's just like, I don't know which one you want from me.
yeah. We it seemed like we had to apply some fixes because it was a homebrew. But
Yeah.
I'm open to it. Like whatever it takes to make it work the way you want it to work. Um, but yeah, let me know if we need to workshop it again.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna read over this a little bit more, but yeah, that it might be something you and I have to go back and revisit at a different later date and just go over and make sure that this is going to work. But
right.
for now, I'll read through it and figure it out.
Okay.
Interesting.
Cool, cool, cool.
Fascinating. I love that.
Yeah, there's a few things about familiars and using them in the game. I haven't even started trying to use them, but I've been reading up on it. It's pretty interesting.
And yeah, I'm reading it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to read that up more interest. I'll have to read that more later. Yeah, that's neat.
Especially for witches, because our familiar can act on its own and throw spells. Where it says in the main part of the game that familiars cannot act independently. But mine can because I've got an unseen broker as part of my history.
Oh, fancy. That's
Like
interesting.
I'll have to be using the command animal for Sam to go and attack things.
Yeah,
Sam is mine
my
now, by the way. I hope you know. I've kidnapped
my
Sam.
I
my
mean,
wife.
I have no control anymore. Do your thing. If Gary says it's cool, it's cool.
Gary, can I steal Sam?
San SAN.
Can I- Sam, the
SAM.
dog, the
Yeah,
riding.
Hunter's
Oh,
old riding dog that I guess he even kidnapped at gunpoint to come with the party.
um, uh, for now, let's
I mean,
roll an
Rope can
animal
get them.
handling to see if he's even made it
Yeah.
this far.
So he's followed me out the door. Let's see if he.
Do you have animal
No,
handling? Is that a
Because there was a
thing?
lot going on between, getting him
Yeah.
last time and where you guys ended up now. A lot of moving parts. A lot of
Would
things
you
could have happened.
say
Did you take pocket
nature?
library?
I did not take pocket library. Can you give me a pocket library? Can you
You
give that
can.
to other
Oh,
people?
hell yeah! I'll bring you a pocket library for my wonderful
not-
new employee to give you a book about dogs.
You're not putting the dog in a pocket library.
No, no.
No,
He's
you just want
teaching
the
me how to
book about.
treat the dog.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives you a recall knowledge. I don't know what that does
Oh,
for you.
okay.
It gives you a +1 to recall knowledge, so you know more about dogs. Maybe I don't know.
Not for this
It
role,
will give you a book
because
about dogs that you can skim.
you could have been,
Old
you might have
Yeller.
been talking about it at the campfire late this evening, but this would have happened
Uh,
before that conversation. So
yeah,
just a
never
straight
mind.
up
Yeah,
animal
yeah,
handling to see if he's even
I
here,
wouldn't have
because your
helped you.
conversation might be, damn, I had that dog, but he's not here anymore. Do you think he'll find us by scent? So give me
Uh,
a straight up animal handling.
Animal handling doesn't
yeah,
exist,
I wouldn't
but
have helped you. I
nature.
wouldn't have helped you until now. So yeah, I guess yeah. Go ahead. Lure my dog with my. I mean, you do have Hunter's hat. I don't know if that's going to help you at all or not, but I will tell you that you do have something that belonged to him.
Would you say nature or diplomacy? Because animal handling doesn't exist.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah, it's not a thing. I feel shitty saying that, but like, yeah, it's absolutely true. Like, some of these skills are not as good as refined as D&D.
They're not. We're gonna add them. Man, let's just
Yeah,
over the next week, let's just add some of these D&D skills in here that just make sense. Nature.
Nature.
you have good nature. Yeah,
19.
All
I
right.
do
yeah,
not
you
have a good
bushman.
nature. I'm not even
You
trained
do.
in it. Oh, sorry,
He's
I
Well,
am only trained in it. I
he's
got
right
no
there.
you are
mods.
nature.
He's been there the whole
Yeah.
time.
You right
Woo!
there? See? Just
I
don't
mean,
give him a scratch.
I mean, I know that Ro can probably use him as a riding dog. I know she has her little robot, but I mean, I think she's the only person besides the children that are like small enough to be able to actually utilize it.
Can still use him in combat. He does attack. You do remember
Do
this,
not,
right?
dude, do not put my baby boy in danger. I gave them
He
to
is more
you in
health than
love.
me.
Do you
It's
He's so
doing
have
tanky.
a
so
copy of that
bad.
character sheet? I don't see one. And it,
I mean, I
He's
have
a riding
pulled up
dog.
a sheet of riding dog on the archives of Nethys.
oh, okay.
For the
How can
yeah,
I?
Yeah.
it's it's just the
Just
regular riding dog stats.
in the compendium, you type in riding dog, and it also appears.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's tanky. It's nearly as healthy as
it,
me. It has a
yeah,
very good AC.
Damn.
yeah. It's stronger than I thought. It's a lot better. It's good that you got this. Like yeah, truly like a tool that can be used.
All right.
It can sniff things imprecisely.
Mm.
It can smell. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's useful. He's a good dog. He's a good
All right.
boy.
I'll allow it. He is a good boy, but
Treat him
he's
good.
not your boy just yet. We will have to
That's
roll
true.
at the end of each night, or each gaming session or whatever, to see if he sticks around or runs off or is perhaps claimed by something in the woods. I will need a token or something to keep up so we can keep track with him. I need to know if he's going to be in the
Yeah, I
camp
do
or
feel like
if he's with you. You
I
want a
do feel like
dog?
you
You're
were an
going to have to
asshole, and
handle the
you're
responsibilities of a dog,
like
okay?
here. Yeah, gonna handle it.
Yeah.
I
I
ain't
don't
feeding
want to.
it.
I don't
I
want to
want
have to
Feeding
nothing to
wake
do with
up
it.
and feed it.
Have
This
you
is
seen the
I ain't going to
pictures?
like it.
this is
It
your
ain't my friend.
responsibility. If he makes a poo poo in the camp, you're gonna need to clean it up.
You get
And
that baggie out.
Then,
it's one
yeah,
more mouth to
then
feed.
just wait. In 6 months, Gary's gonna be passed out with that dog right next to him on the couch. They're gonna be best friends. Don't even worry about it.
It's gonna tie the whole
And just
campaign
I
together.
can twist it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's fine.
What's its name? Don't
I've
give it a
got
name.
trees. I can throw a
His name's
stick.
Sam. He had a name. He was a beautiful
Sam.
child, and he had a name.
Sam, you were the best of
His name was
us.
Samson. He was the best part of my character for sure. Yeah,
All right.
Sam. I mean, literally now looking at his freaking stats. Jeez Louise, where's this powerhouse been my whole life? Could have killed way more goblins with him
as
helping.
fast
Jesus.
as me. He
He's
can run
beefy.
in tandem.
Yeah, he's beefy. Like, I didn't realize how badass a riding dog was. Yeah, definitely keep him. I mean, I feel bad that you basically use Hunter's hat to lure him away. It's like, oh, he's over here. Haha, just kidding. But,
No,
you know,
that's not all.
use him
I also
use
teach
him
him
as much as possible. He's badass.
I'll teach him whistle commands. It's okay.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
As long as he doesn't
Okay,
die.
that adds one more soul and one more mouth to feed. Sam, the OP dog.
He can get his own food. He's very good at this.
Probably.
He's responsible.
Is
Yeah,
it
maybe.
possible for players to live on half rations?
Yeah, there
Just
is
wondering if
stats
it
for
makes
that. Are
people-
you saying it? That's a skill they already have, or are you saying is it possible?
I'm just wondering. You said that it takes one bucket or one bag or something per
One
person
provision
per
point.
day.
Yeah,
Would
if you
that
only take
would,
half of a provision point, there are some penalties involved.
yeah, because I was thinking the people who are sick would need a full one, but if we need to skim out, everybody else, including our tag-alongs, will have to go to half rations.
Mm.
Well, this is the benefit because Eden doesn't eat. Eden doesn't need food.
It must be nice.
I can only spend
Yeah,
a
you
couple of hours in a cave, okay?
frickin'
Before I
plant
start
people.
Yeah.
dying.
I know you plant people through a
Yeah,
wrench in my scheme at the very get-go, especially
I
when y'all
know.
kept saying y'all kept mentioning it. We don't eat. We don't eat. I'm like, listen,
We don't
gather
eat, yeah,
provisions
just water.
anyway, and now you understand why. But
Well, I mean, bottled sunlight is the closest thing you'll get to like provisions, but I think it's like 2 weeks or something like that before you even need the introduction of bottled sunlight. So it's fine. Don't worry. I have a mouth, Gary. I'm hungry now. I'm snobby. I'm a picky eater, but I do eat now. So freaking got me.
yeah, half provisions gives you a -2 penalty. This is for you guys. I will have some things that apply to the NPCs, but it's basically going to be the same thing, a -2 penalty to whatever it is you're having them do.
Well, that's fine. Fuck them NPCs.
Alrighty, this should be interesting for next week.
I know. I was really excited about tonight and kicking the, this is really, kicking it off now. This was the tutorial, just getting to this point, and we're about to really dive into. I think it's going to be fun. You got your commanders. You're becoming commanders. You've got these people that you get to control and have them, standing orders for, while you guys are still going out and foraging, trying to find a more temporary or permanent settlement for them, um, while trying to find allies to rally to your cause, and or get the message out to neighboring townships or whatever. Yeah,
We
it's a
could
lot going on.
create a fort.
So let me
Like this.
know if you have any questions during the week. Um, I've thrown up a few things about the Nesmian Plains, another map. I will update the loot on the things that we found on the bridge. And yeah, man. Good game, everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I like this. Thank you, Gary, by the way, for inspiring me because this little kind of survival lead the people kind of system has sparked something in me for I think I might want to try to utilize in our game here in the near future. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Listen, I've been sitting on this campaign for years, and I've tried, and I've even, I think I ran a version of it in D&D, but I'm very happy to have it back in Pathfinder where it belongs, even though we are like moving it from 1 to 2E. Um, it was written under 1, but that hasn't been too terrible. the hardest part for me, as you guys have noticed, among other things, is remembering what dadgum skills are in Pathfinder as opposed to D&D. But I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you want to bonus your character, use this week to go through and add those skills, add animal handling, and add the relevant skill that would be associated to it. Add recall knowledge and whatever those other good ones, those go-to good ones are in D&D that there's no reason why we can't use those. Your character in Roll20 is literally set up for you to add any custom skill you want to add and associate it to the relevant trait. And then it also helps you specialize as we move forward. You know, nature is what we're doing for animal handling. But if you want to like literally add animal handling, that'll be a way for you to specialize in that. And I'll give you bonuses and stuff along the way, over and beyond what you ordinarily get, like I did with Brad and his firefighting skill. Okay.
Fireman Sam.
I will catch you guys on Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, Wednesday. Be prepared. Be dangerous.
Is it?
So,
I'll see you
yeah,
next
see you guys.
Monday. Thanks,
You,
guys.
Brad.
Thanks everybody for the game. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
Stay safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop.